We live. We're gonna play some stuff first.
All right, all right, all
We're
right.
gonna play some stuff first. Gotta pay the bills. Y'all gotta pay the bills.
Let's pay 'em. Let's pay 'em.
Pay up. Here we go. Mm, mm.
The Uhuru Academy overall is an amazing school from the teacher to the students. Is a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. Um, and like everybody's pretty much saying, it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love. I love the environment and that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the Hoover Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed. Just like how Amani said, I've been able to sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history. I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught the only black people they talked about at my other schools were like Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
Yeah, it's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur with the business like Malcolm X, my enemy. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm sorry when I rap a bar. Every line is a blacker star. I'm master far cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar, my attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Joseph Ben, Dr. Nam, show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and ain't your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What song did you speak? How did the man take your song? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dog?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Nkoyo. Maybe revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carrying no scandal. I ain't scary, got ammo. Harry tough with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I ain't Queen of Zinga. Nefertiti and Queen of Mina. Hashasset and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, peace safe. With a medallion, refuse break. I'm animate, refuse cake. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Been standing loop, I got things to say. With Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better Shabazz, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I'm not set, this shit gon' happen. I'm on shoot, I'm blessed altar. I'm Nivea, I bless Walter. I'm on the cool, I got my daughter. I'm all your, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Master soul, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reversal stars. Show now.
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What song did you speak? How did the man take your song? What is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dog? That you are right now.
Talking about. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
What's
All
up?
right, if y'all can hear me, just say, black love is black power in the chat. Just
love,
black power in
power.
the chat. Just holler at us in the chat. Make sure you can hear me. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you can hear us. It is that time, y'all. He say, she say, bye mean.
Mommy
You know
Nkoyo.
what I'm saying? And we just chilling, you know what I'm saying? We chilling right now.
What's up,
You know,
fam? What's going on
what's up,
tonight?
what's up? Yeah, what's happening with y'all?
The
You know?
last day of the month of September.
Yeah, September up out of here. You know,
Yes.
2023 almost over.
Almost over. October, November, December.
Right.
Woo.
You
Just
know what I'm saying?
the calendar
That's
year
it.
anyway.
That's it. You know
The
what I'm
new
saying?
year won't officially begin.
Right.
The new
Right.
year isn't over.
When-
I mean, the
when
year
is
isn't over.
Yeah, the year ain't,
The year ain't up.
Right.
The new year won't officially start in the spring. That's the new year.
Okay, I knew you was gonna come with the new age, new year. I was like, what?
New age. New age.
Yeah. Like, no,
This
no,
is the
hey.
calendar year. This is the Gregorian Roman
Right.
all that calendar.
The calendar
But
year,
when it
yeah.
comes to energy wise,
Right.
go with the seasons.
Right.
When things are popping and blossoming and turning green,
When
that's the new life opens up again.
Right, with the year. Okay, so we started too early.
Yeah.
The Gregorian calendar, like we started.
They want to always control something,
It's too cold to New Year's.
Yeah, stay your wings now. You ain't got nothing to do.
I feel you. Hey,
y'all
y'all.
go with the animals.
Yeah.
Watch nature.
Yeah. That last track y'all heard, What's Your Name? By Baba Amin, Nkoyo. This little I'm gonna put it in the chat too, you know what I'm saying? But that's the link to go check out our music, you know what I'm saying? Check out
Pick
Baba
it up,
Amin, you know what I'm saying? Go and get that, you know what I'm saying? It's on all the other platforms and stuff too, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go check that out. But I've been thinking about us putting an album together of our songs that we've done together, but not just a musical experience, but tell our story with our songs, because our there's a song to go at every stage of our relationship.
I agree.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And so and this adventure. So I'm like, man, we definitely need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate your honey beats and Black Love is Black Power. You know what I'm saying? Let me go on and feature that comment right now. You know what I'm saying? Black love is definitely black power. You know what I'm saying? And when we say that, we ain't just talking about male female relationship. We're not just talking about in relationships. We talking about black love, period. Showing love to each other's business.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you show black love? You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have a mate to show black love.
Absolutely not. I mean, we got to definitely stop trying to frame it as one context.
Right.
Our black melanated love to one another, our commitment to one another, loyalty to one another is powerful.
Right.
It's very powerful.
Being a good brother is black love.
Absolutely.
Being a good sister
is black love.
Black love. You know what I'm saying? We say
being a good black person to one another black person is black love.
Black love is definitely black power. Absolutely. From that love, we will gain. Right. You know what I'm saying? Power. So yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is, man. How you feeling?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm up.
Yeah, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Up. You know, I think I need to drop this in some inboxes too. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna drop this. I think I'm gonna drop this in some inboxes. You know, and just let folks know that we here. You know, that we on, that we live and doing what we do. You know, just for about an hour or two. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we on.
Yeah, you know,
we outside.
We outside.
We outside.
We in these YouTube streets and these Facebook streets, and we in the just YouTubes and Facebook streets tonight. I didn't jump the LinkedIn.
You didn't jump all in.
No, I didn't jump all in. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know, LinkedIn, they don't want you to be yourself. That's
okay.
For jobs, so they can't really.
They can't really do nothing with what we.
Yeah, they can't really support us. Like, they be wondering. I ain't gonna give my friends on LinkedIn that kind of pressure tonight. You know what I'm saying? To show support.
Let you make
it. You can't be too black on LinkedIn. You know, and all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can.
Doing. Let's see what Miss Haley.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So let's go on and just throw it out there a little bit since I'm live on my channel here. You know, you live on your channel.
I'm live on my channel.
You know what I'm saying? And it is.
If you are in, please like, share, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe. You know. Like and subscribe there and turn on that notification bell so you can find out when we're on live.
Yeah, y'all know the drill. Y'all know
sounded kind of YouTube-ish. I don't want
you did. And you know, all we're trying to do really is build schools.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We building schools, and we really do this more for enjoyment than as a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you know, when you're raising funds and you're building a business, building an institution, you be crazy to go anywhere and don't tell somebody about your business.
Right.
Wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You'd be crazy. Like, are you serious?
Even I went somewhere that had to talk about it.
Right. Shout out.
It's a waste of a trip.
Of a trip. So if you own a business and you keep it a secret when you go places,
come on.
Are you really running a business?
Come on.
Are you serious?
Right.
You said, I ain't gonna say nothing here. Why you ain't gonna say that? You know what I'm saying? Be that obnoxious person that keep talking about that product or service that everybody else can't. We live in the country, y'all. It's gonna be a stomp everybody. Everybody
you do not belong.
Yeah, that service that everybody can't do without. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure you do that. I'm spamming people right now in the inbox. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I might say something tonight. We might say something that'll save a life or put a smile on somebody's face.
You just never know.
Inspire somebody, make somebody laugh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might check somebody, need to be checked. You just never know what might happen. You know what I'm saying? There go Mr. Gales. What up, Sean Gales?
What's up, Mr. Gales?
You know what I'm saying? Powerful young black male educator doing his thing at Katherine Johnson STEM Academy in Texas, Uhuru Academy instructor, Uhuru Academy trains. You know what I'm saying? My boy Gales is in the house. CG, you know what I'm saying? I need to play that Told Us sometime tonight.
Why not?
I might have to play that Told Us
tonight.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? I might look at special. We're gonna talk about that.
With that Jerry girl.
I think he one of them naturalists. You know, I think he one of them.
He one
of them island brothers.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. You know, he one of them island brothers.
That curl look like my uncle curl.
He had that kind of hair back in the day. Just had a shortcut. You could tell it was
a little
a little unevolved. You know, it was a little, what they call good hair.
Good hair. Good hair.
Yeah. You know,
he might let it go. Is that why he let it go?
But, man, you got to go. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's way back here.
Yeah. Well, you know, people are talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised. I'm like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, you have to leave that story because I ain't been out to the I kind of cut out. I didn't come in.
Right.
I never came in on that part of it.
Right, and we don't. Oh, with special ed, you ever heard of special ed?
I mean, I've heard because it's through you, but it wasn't something I listened to.
Right. We wasn't just necessarily turning up the charts in the South.
No,
You know what I'm saying? But those of us who were early on hip hop heads, and I was, you know what I'm saying, you definitely knew who special ed was. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna follow your lead on that one, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find something to talk about. I just found something.
Yeah. No, he was dope MC,
Oh,
man, from back in the day, writer, producer. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And y'all know we don't like to necessarily focus on people. You know, we be focusing on like just the whole behaviors, the sentiments, the opinions, that sort of thing, the situation itself, so we can pull the lessons up out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Teaching when we ain't teaching.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, man, I don't be one motherfucker to get off
the teacher out of the. You can take the teacher out the school, but you can't take the school out.
No. But I believe in accountability, man. I think sometimes when we pull a behavior trait on an individual, we give them ownership of it, like everybody else ain't susceptible to it too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of times motherfuckers be on here to talk about everybody and get into it with everybody. Usually if you get into it with everybody, the common denominator is you. You know what I'm saying?
Look in the mirror. Right. Your shadow. Right.
But
sit with yourself.
Yeah, but sometimes we be saying this mother like, I'm the only one that's real, and I'm only always fighting because I'm too real for people. You better quit lying to yourself.
Please do. You
know what I'm saying? I'm too real for people. No, you're not too real for people. Okay, that's not the reason you fall down with people. They just can't handle the truth. No, that's not.
Yeah, I coming from someone who's used that phrase multiple times, that I definitely would have to say it all boils down to you internally. What's going on with you? What perspective are you using to even evaluate the situation? Right.
Because you might be too real for a liar, but you ain't too real for everybody.
Nah.
That ain't the case every time. Right. Sometimes you think something is always the reason, you stop investigating.
That's true, because it's not you.
Right. It's never you. It can't be you. That's impossible. And if you think it's you, then you feel like that's a loss or that's an L.
You're a failure.
Right. So it can't be you. You know what I'm saying? And so we're in that kind of that can't be you era.
We should be in the state of knowing that anytime that we are breathing, as long as we're breathing, we're going to be learning.
Right.
We're going to be. And how do you learn? That's about making a mistake or going through an experience, going through a situation. And trying to apply the wisdom or the knowledge that you've acquired about this situation, and you come out on the other side with some wisdom, because now you know how to wise about how to navigate this situation on the next. So that's how. But sometimes you can learn from just reading and watching. You don't have to go through it in order to learn the lesson, and that's a big thing that I had learned. I try to pass on to my children. You don't have to do it in order to identify and to actually say, "Oh, I got that lesson." Don't let that always be your
no. You don't have to touch the fire.
Mode of learning. That should be your mode of learning.
We got some fire touching children.
Well, they got fire touching parents.
They sure do. No, I think I can fly to the moon if I jump off that. Okay, God, dog. Yeah. It's cool, but you just want to find that balance, right?
Absolutely. No, it's a healthy balance.
But yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop examining yourself. Absolutely. Don't stop looking in the mirror. That's the one thing that you can control. You know what I'm saying? And so watch that, because there's a lot of preachers now, a lot of folks out here, teaching that it can't be you philosophy. See, the problem is all these fake haters is around you. That ain't true for everybody.
That's not. It's not true for a whole lot.
Yeah, it ain't true for a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
The way I'm looking at it now is, if you got someone who is looking at you and criticizing what you're doing, what keyword is doing. You're doing something.
Right.
And you're doing something for somebody to take notice. Let it be something that they just want to talk about.
Right.
They really ain't got no real preference to it. And they don't really know the whole situation. But you don't even have enough time to even be dealing with what they're thinking about it and how they're criticizing, because you're doing.
Right. Just keep building.
You're busy
building. Right. Keep building. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're walking in righteousness, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you be wrong. Right. Shit, take it on the chin.
And again, how you learn it.
I ain't right all the time.
This is how you. No.
You said that with a little too much passion.
Love.
Oh, that was love. Yeah. That was love.
Yes. very passionate with my love.
So I said that you just fall like, no. Like, you be wrong,
I mean,
bro.
I'm not, and I'm not even right. I mean, believe it or not,
Not all the
I'm
time.
not right all the
Yeah,
time.
right. But
Whew, that took a lot to say.
no.
That's growth. That's growth.
That is. A-Reed's up in here, you know what I'm saying? A-Reed's up in here. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, how do we learn, man, if you get stuck into thinking that everything you say is right? How do you learn? You know what I'm saying?
You don't, well, what you learn you learn that you always right and they're always wrong. And you learn that it's nothing wrong with me. It's nothing I have to change or do or modify or look at. It's
Is that
external.
a good lesson?
No.
That ain't a good lesson.
We're always learning.
Yeah.
It's just what you're learning.
Yeah.
Is
you know,
key.
and that's what I love about doing this, you know, and kind of talking about what's going on out there, you know what I'm saying? Because we can pull the lessons out of things that are happening, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun to take sides, you know, and it's fun.
I love to take sides.
Right. And I take sides. I don't always take sides publicly. I take sides. You know who
publicly. That's what I'm saying. Publicly,
like, you don't know. But out here, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's find a lesson. You know what I'm saying?
You should, because you're wanting to represent the balance.
Right.
Your personal thoughts and beliefs about something shouldn't be in the forefront all the time. And it's certain things, yes, your
absolutely.
Foundational principle wise when it comes to,
and that's what I try to talk about, the principles.
Yeah,
right. I try to talk about the principle and things, stand on principles, man. And so there's a lot going on out here, you know what I'm saying, right now. And you know, black folks so interesting.
Very. You got your talk black on? No,
I got my brother's keeper on, so I'm probably gonna be nice tonight. I got my brother's keeper. I got my brother's keeper on tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Talk black to us, all those who joined us either by YouTube or Facebook. Welcome. Drop some comments. Let us know you
That's
here.
What I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, I got that comment right there, just kind of teasing y'all a little bit what we're about to go into.
Yeah,
but just making sure you know, he say, she say, with Amin and Nkoyo Binah's in the house. Make sure you're liking and sharing, and you know, just let people know what's up. We really
appreciate your respect. You know, you really have done well with respecting my wish with. You know, not always being called Mama Nkoyo. I appreciate that.
No, I rock with Nkoyo Binah. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Nkoyo Binah. I think that's a tight name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying. You do a great job of respecting my wishes.
Give thanks. I try to listen. You know, I try. The underline try, but it's an honest try. It ain't always there. But it's an honest try.
Well, that's why I'm still rocking with you, bro.
Right, because you cleaned your altar and I didn't see it for 4 days. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, you cleaned your house off. You're like, yeah, you know, Sunday. And it was like Thursday.
Yep.
I walk past it every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, he does that. Yeah, so I've grown accustomed to it, and I look at it. What's the positivity in him? You know,
because I'm so busy thinking about how I can.
With all the Huru Academy,
well, not just that, but how through the Huru Academy I can give my wife the home of her dreams. The land that our family deserves, and continue to give you an amazing life experience.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why you are the Baba.
So that's gonna be on my mind. You know what I'm saying? That's
wonderful words. I appreciate you.
Wonderful words. That's what we're telling y'all.
No, I mean it. You have a way of
that's how people tell you that you're being slick.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
When I say that, I mean that when you come with your words, you have a way of really sweetening the situation. You bring the honey. Because I bring the fire. And so you have to pour that honey on me. You don't bring water. No, and you don't bring, more.
You're already on fire. So
so you bring that honey because you put the fire out at the same time and you sweeten
and add some sweetness at the same time. Yeah, brothers, take notes, brothers. Take notes. Now, that's good. You did the word thing that time.
Thank you. I'm learning. We've been around each other long enough.
You did the word thing that time. But y'all welcome. He say, she say.
Welcome. Come on in.
You know what I'm saying? Get your shit. Get you some grape juice. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And don't chill. You know, do I think? Hey, man, I follow my picture up.
I see.
You know,
I love it. It's a great background.
Shout out to Valencia. right? V, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Yes,
V,
10 of
amazing. Tenfold, you know what I'm
tenfold.
saying? Amazing artist right
10
here.
of. See, I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh yeah,
That's a little-
fold. You did that. That happened. That really just
and
happened.
that's how I explain it.
Right.
So it's
But it's
tenfold.
tenfold.
That makes
You
so
know
much
what
sense.
I'm
I've been
saying?
trying to figure out what 10 of is.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
10 what?
But shout out to
Tenfold.
V, amazing artist. You
Yes,
know what
she
I'm
is.
saying?
Beautiful sister
Put
we
that
met out
portrait
here in
together. Thank
Columbia.
that portrait. Beautiful sister. So many talented black people out there. If you have a black-owned business, make sure you put it in the chat. Put in the comments. Whether you catch the live or catch the replay.
Put
You
it
know what I'm saying?
in.
Make sure you put your business in the chat. Your black-owned business, not your personal business. All right?
Yeah, we don't want your business.
Yeah, my man left me last week.
Bring
That's not
your
what we want in the chat.
Not your shit.
Yeah.
We don't want your shit. Bring your gifts.
For the chat, for the comments, right? But yes, you know what I'm saying. But
I
don't
mean,
bring shit out either.
don't bring shit.
Don't bring it out. She's ain't for your drama. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're going to bring our own drama.
Right, bring our own.
Talk about
you know what I'm saying? Talk about other folks.
And we don't want your drama. That's enough.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But no, a very interesting story out there this week. You know what I'm saying? A rapper, Special Ed. He's a rapper from back in the day. Matter of fact, you've heard the song before. Say, "I got it made." They got dun dun no.
I've heard it wasn't something that was on replay. I've not heard a lot, but I know that.
It was one of the first raps that was played regularly on TV as far as his video. You know what I'm saying?
And I understand his name, but Special Ed, I've never wanted to identify with that.
Yeah, like. But it's kind of flipped the meaning. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I understand.
Education. Yeah, Special Ed. I think his name's Ed. So Special Ed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his government name is. Well, he was on the show Drink Champs recently. And
get you on Drink Champs, man. I'm not gonna ever go. Don't you ever go on? No, you good on Drink Champs. But they're gonna feed you them drinks, baby. They're gonna have you that herb.
I ain't partaking in none of that on camera like that, raw like
what?
That. What? I'm a lightweight in real life. I ain't gonna be no different.
Even the Wayans man who said he don't drink and
I don't care that Wayans.
Even who else? Somebody else.
I don't care. They not me. I would look. What's his name? Noriega right now. I say I'm good, just like I do everybody else. They don't different.
He gonna partake before. He gonna do his own whenever he do.
1, 2.
He don't mess with. Yeah, he don't mess with.
I puff, pad.
He don't community this fuck. Yeah, he don't.
Yeah, I know. I don't community. I don't do that. Yeah, that's my thing. Like I'm not even talking about it right now. Like
only cipher he partake in is the rap cipher. He gonna come with the freestyle.
Yeah, but no, I'm easy. I'm telling him I'm good, like everybody else. Yeah. But anyway,
I ain't going on there because I'm.
Huh?
Ain't going on.
Would you be into the peer pressure?
It's not peer pressure.
It is. All them bottles and stuff.
It's going to absolutely be my desire, my choice.
Yeah, see, I had to coach you up for you.
I'm not going.
Yeah, you're right. You're not. So anybody calling me talking about we love to have y'all got to call me first. I'm like, nah, she's straight.
I'm good.
We straight around.
Because they're going to get rid of me. This show going to be closed down. I'm saying, y'all, what y'all ain't, you ain't no good. No, they don't want me. Okay, I'm sorry. Especially it was on Drink Champs.
Yeah, especially it was on Drink Champs. And he was talking about, they asked him a question, right?
Okay.
And so I haven't seen the whole interview yet, but they asked him a question. They said, Wu-Tang Clan or NWA? Like choosing between the two.
Okay.
Right. And he said, Wu-Tang. And he said some interesting stuff after that. He said, because Wu-Tang was for the kids. Like I ain't never thought Wu-Tang was for the kids. But he said Wu-Tang for the kids. They spit positive knowledge, spit knowledge for the kids. And then he said NWA brought in the era of destruction in hip hop. Right. And I'm gonna play a little clip. How you gonna
put that on one jump?
Well, hold on before you think, put some thought to it.
I'm thinking, I'm thoughting it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's put some thought to it, and then let's hear it. I don't think he really said it with mouth.
I'm sorry. He looked like show enough for me.
Hey, we don't celebrity bash on here. We make so when we meet him, because that's how our life be happening.
And I'm gonna tell him.
That's how our life be happening.
You look like Joe.
Keep the image.
I'm gonna keep the same.
All right.
You know how I do.
Let me talk about how you doing, brother. You know, he gonna say, I heard you sound like Shola. Yep. All right, here we go. Let me see.
Destruction. Damn. Jesus Christ. NWA brought the age of destruction to our children and our culture. Wow. Period. Hey, I respect all of them as men, but as the art form, and you want me to speak on the art form, I'm gonna tell you what it is. That's where it started. Wow. That's where the agenda started, and that's where the destruction began.
Against the rap, you will give that to them.
NWA ran away with it in such a way where it was like, for real? That's all we gonna do? Yeah. You know, it was genius for them and they made millions of dollars off of it, but look at what it caused. You feel me?
Police early.
Yeah.
That's political.
With a little bit of gold and a pager, searching my car, looking for the product.
NWA brought the age of destruction.
That was the wrong song to use for an example of the destruction of hip hop. First of all, anybody say respect, I'm not respecting you. And then you come in the next sentence and say started to try to make us feel like, oh, I really know what I'm talking about. They did it. Started. No, you should have thought about that a little more.
So that's your initial reaction.
I'm going to say that he's painting with a broad paint. He's painting the picture with a broad paintbrush.
Okay.
He's really not being fair, because I believe that NWA, while they perpetuated energy and they perpetuated a life, but it was a life that we were already seeing and living it. A lot of us was living that.
Right.
So it was art imitating life.
Okay. You say art imitating life.
Yeah, he misspoke. He should preface it a little bit.
Okay, I can respect that. So what about this though? What about when he says it started the era of destruction in hip hop? What do you think he's talking about?
He's talking about it became mainstream. Well, this is when the record labels. I can't believe you're allowing me to sound like I'm really know what I'm talking about. Okay,
you do know what you're talking about. I'm very interested in your opinion on this.
This is when the record labels, they saw that they probably demoed with a little more political stuff. I don't know, and I'm just assuming. I'm on the outside, but I'm saying they probably didn't come with that as the idea of that's what they wanted their group to be about. But because they had these few songs talking about real life, this is their diary. This music was their diary. This is what sort of speak. You know, it's like, this is what I see. I'm talking about. This is what I know. Yeah, you want me to speak from the heart.
Okay.
I'm speaking from my heart and from my. And they took that and they saw that the reaction that they got from it, and they ran with that. This is all orchestrated. I mean, you know, they played upon our weakness. They played upon our you know.
Who is they?
The record label. There's a systemic racism within the music industry. The propaganda that was being fed so that we can continue being in that state.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's my little 2 cents.
I was very interested that he coined the term era of destruction in hip hop, and he's saying that that's what we're in now. We're in an era of destruction in hip hop. So it begs the question: when did the era start? Has it been a continuous era since 1988?
Right.
Has it been a continuous era from 1988 to 2023? That's over what? That's 35 years. Yeah. Have we been in the era of destruction in hip hop for 35 years? That's a heck of a question.
Absolutely not. Because my grandma used to always say, "There's nothing new under the sun." Every 10 years, or every 10 years, patterns repeat itself. So we've had some good in between that. And number two, and I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be messy. I think also he's very biased. Isn't he from North?
New York.
Yeah.
She said the North. This is not the Civil War.
Said it all. That's said enough.
You say you're a Yankee.
Yeah, Yankee. he's very biased in what he's saying.
Okay.
And
so you felt you got a bias, right? I think we got to watch the whole thing or get more context to see. You know what I'm saying? But you make viable points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But many will say he makes a viable point too when you think about hip hop history. NWA was probably the first commercially successful blatantly gangster rap group.
Right. And we have to ask why.
They're not the first gangster rap group. They're the first commercially successful gangster rap.
We have to ask why. We have to put them right in the center of. No, we can put them in the center. We can identify what was going around them. See, here's the educator coming out. I've been around you too long. But you put them in the center, and then you look at the situations that we put around them, and then put them in the center because they were just the response to something that was already going on.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so. According to hip hop history, the first ever gangster rap record officially that was like released or whatever, it's by this dude named Schoolie D. And it's called PSK. And it was around 1985. Then 86, you had Ice-T with 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. Out my back window, made my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. You asked me, one of the greatest stories ever told in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like a great
1986?
Yeah.
I was 10. I was not listening to that.
I was. And I think because people see me as Baba. And let me quantify this, y'all. I've been listening to hip hop since 1980. Right. And that's saying something when you're from Fort Worth, Texas.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I had a cousin, and shout out to my big cousin, Mike, you know what I'm saying, who DJ, who was one of the first hip hop DJs, you know what I'm saying, in our neighborhood, in our community. And he used to get all the records. So my first album was Sugar Hill Gang. That was the first record I ever owned.
Okay.
You know, I had The Message by Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. I used to listen to Mantronics, like Just Ice, all these cats. I remember when Boogie Down Productions' Criminal Minded came out. Like, my cousin would pull me in there and play everything for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I, like, before NWA was out, they was a part of a collective called CIA. Cube, all them, you know what I'm saying? They were releasing records as CIA before they became NWA. Yeah, because gangster rap was in the streets before it was industry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before it was industry, it was industry.
Oh, look at you. Industry was in the street.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Dean Manuscript. That's his. You know what I'm saying?
Look at
but gangster rap was in the streets before it was industry, because I used to listen to it.
Right.
Way by the time Straight Outta Compton came out, I've been listening to gangster rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when it came out, it became the first like commercial thing, right? And so now, with hindsight, people are saying that ushered in the age of destruction in hip hop. I don't agree with that.
That's not true.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think the age of destruction in the Black community brought in the age of destruction in hip hop. If there's a such a thing.
Right. Again, we talk a lot about, you know, the cliche saying, you know, is it life imitating art or art imitating life? And like I said, I think that they were just expressing what was already going on out there. Now, why was that going on? It should be the question.
Let's talk about right. And we ain't gonna get into all that tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna deliver a lecture tomorrow, y'all. Right on the YouTube channel where I go more in detail historically.
Right.
But this was 1987, 1988. What was going on in the Black community during that time? And did they sensationalize a lot of shit? Yes. And were they living a lot of it? No. Right.
You're right.
But they were delivering it. Like for example, that clip for them to play F the Police.
Right.
Like that was a problem.
Right.
Now, F the Police was a political song.
Thank you. And it was an answer to something that was already going on out there.
Right.
It was an answer.
Right. And it reflected a real attitude that Black people had. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of Black people had. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to do a deeper dive into it than just say the industry went on a conspiracy to destroy the Black community through the music.
Right.
No, I think the music was used to perhaps strengthen the attack that was actually going on the black community.
Right. So y'all can catch him tomorrow.
Yeah, y'all can catch tomorrow talking about that. But yeah, but interesting, you know what I'm saying? Yes, back to special ed's curls. I don't know the brother. Shout out to the brother, but I would love to ask him, culturally, why the curls?
Right.
Culturally.
But you say, he's not all black.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm assuming that's some island shit.
He got island shit in.
I'm assuming that's some island stuff. I ain't tripping on the brother.
Even his 50s,
you know what I'm saying?
He might be letting it go now.
Right. But when everybody had a curl, he had a shortcut. Not everybody done cut the curl. He done rock with the curl. He got the.
He went natural.
But I'm sure
everybody went
natural.
He just went natural.
That might be his afro.
That might be.
That might be just what his hair does.
Yeah, he got a little smooth. Yeah, he looks like he got a little something in him.
Right.
As folks would say, he got a little something in him.
Right. And then the hairline is going back a little bit. I don't know at what point do you just shave the hair off after the hairline.
Not his point.
He ain't there yet.
He ain't there yet, but it's getting there. It's getting close.
Yeah.
If it's in the middle of your head, it's time to let it go.
I think a lot of us, especially when we reach middle age in hip hop, we go through some phase with our hair. The first thing you do when your hairline start receiving, wear hats.
Wear a hat.
Like I'm thinking,
that's gonna make it go fast.
Yeah. Like today, I was looking at hats online.
Hey,
I was shopping.
You don't have to do that. You still got a hat full.
No, I was shopping full.
I mean, it's full-ish.
Okay. I'm seeing more of my forehead, right? I'm just gonna take that off, and I'm seeing more of my foot. It's like boom, you know what I'm saying? And especially I can wear a jerry curl. I can show my head hair.
I'm just being very transparent.
But yeah, so I'm I be in class sometimes, and I look at and I be like, "Ooh, is that the bubble camera?" like is that a bubble lens or is my shit receipt?
Baby, I just think you just got to find just another way to style and.
Okay. Well, I be wondering because sometimes you know how Miss Elliott had the bubble camera and it bubble your face. So I be like, well, maybe it's a bubble camera. My hairline really that far back. That's what I be wondering. And children are brutally honest.
They really are.
Yeah.
And you don't help because you're very animated. You be all up there. He be animated all in the camera and stuff. That don't make it any better. You gotta stop yourself.
Right. Justin the other day was like, "Oh, Baba, look at your hair. Like, look, it's going back." I'm like, "Damn, okay." But it is.
But what you gonna do with
it's a part of life.
But no, I'm just saying, what are you gonna do? What's your
first thing about my style of choice.
I'm gonna give you all kinds of rosemary, paddock. We gonna scrub and rub and massage.
We're
gonna hold it.
And as that happens, I'm thinking of going hat. Right now, I'm thinking hat.
That makes it thinner.
It does. Oh, I can't do the hats then. I can't because that ain't. Woo, y'all.
And then it's not gonna help for you saying that you wanna. You saying you wanna. Lock again. So that's.
Oh, I am gonna lock. But if I lock it, I got the
the hat's gonna make that even more.
I got the McDonald's arches.
That's gonna make it more pronounced.
It locks around the arches.
No, you don't have the. You don't have.
Well, I'm not gonna hide it.
That.
Like
but you don't have the arches hairline.
But I don't walk in. Okay.
Your hairline is across. It's not going. It
across
doesn't.
The top now.
Now, if you were me with the eddy, you don't have an eddy here.
I never had an eddy.
That's what I'm saying. So you're good. It goes straight.
I've always been more heady than eddy. I got an eddy.
I'm not gonna mess with you.
I'm more eddy.
How we go from special ed to
Eddie? He's dealing with some shit.
He is,
and he's holding on. It's like,
what is that about? Why do we not? I mean, why do they? Not we. Why do people kind? It's like they have a different perception of who they are right now. Do they still think they're in the 80s and 90s?
No, man. The person you see in the mirror might not be the same person that other people see, and you can't really worry about that.
So he still see that he especially at 86.
Well, I mean, he's still doing shows and getting paid. You know what I'm saying? The dude, I mean, bro got motion. Bro got motion. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So he's very well respected. I'm sure that what it is, what it is.
Okay.
But sometimes after your hairline's gone back, and a lot of people hold on to the back end when the front end start receding.
I feel.
And some people say, I'm gonna just shave it all off.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do if it get there.
I don't know. We're gonna work it out though, because you represent the old drugs. So
a nice hat.
Right.
Yeah, nice hat. Then you take it off when you need to take it off. Because I don't walk in shame. It's just that
you
know
don't,
what
but
I'm saying?
you gotta walk in fame. Peace, Lynette Crosby. Peace, Miss Haley.
Larry in the house. You know what I'm saying? Welcome y'all to He Say, She Say. You know what I'm saying? So we talked a little bit about that, man. And shout out to NWA. Shout out to my brother, the DOC. We have great conversation. Actually, know the DOC. You know what the cool thing about it is, because he was the pen.
What? That's what.
He's the pen.
So I'm like, what?
Behind NWA.
So
he wrote a lot of stuff for Easy, for Dre.
Right.
You know, Cube did a lot of the writing as well. But especially when Cube left, DOC was the main pen in the room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know just from I listened to Straight Outta Compton today, right? And it was a great hip hop album.
It's because you're a hip hop head.
I'm talking musically. They did some things.
Did you have your Democratic head on?
Yeah.
Did you have your I love hip hop head on?
Well, I mean, yeah, I am a Democrat, but
you said yeah to both.
Well, look, because these are life experiences for me,
right?
So these are albums that help shape my childhood, help shape my adolescence. I was walking in art class one day, right? 10th grade. Okay. I'm walking in art class, you know what I'm saying? And I heard Dope Man. Now, Dope Man. I live in the middle of Stop 6, right? But to my knowledge, I didn't know any dope men.
Oh.
And I didn't know what a crack addict was in the 10th grade.
But were you drawn to that song still though? Did you like, hey?
I was absolutely drawn to it because I was like, this exists where I live.
But what made that what drew you to it though? Well, what
no one had ever said anything like that on a record before.
But that's what
drew me to it.
Okay, but okay, let's go further then. But what about that made that I want to listen to it? I mean, besides the fact that it's just you haven't seen it.
The boldness of it, the excitement of learning that was reflecting life in my community. The message in the song wasn't negative because the dope man ended up in jail, right? So it didn't make me want to be no dope man, but I was 100% fascinated by it, and I admired the bravery, like the boldness in it. Like they cuss it. Like I was even more shocked at the cussing than I was at the not by the time I heard dope man, because I had heard gangster raps before then, but I was already enamored by the boldness of gangster rap.
So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't so much the message, it was just the audacity and the boldness that they were out front with stuff that has been taboo in our right.
It was just the boldness of it. And I'm like, where is this at my neighborhood?
Right,
where's the Ice Cube at in my neighborhood? Where is this jumping off at? So it made me super curious. And I will say one thing I did as a result of listening to NWA.
What'd you do?
Drank Old 800. Old English 800. I did that. I did a 10th grade through 12th grade. My drink as an adolescent, I was drinking 40 ounces.
Ooh,
my big cousin who was a DJ. I don't know who told you that. My English above doing stuff. My big cousin who introduced me to hip hop, he was so enamored by that culture, he started drinking 40s. I remember when he started. You know what I'm saying? Like that impact was real. The cultural influence was real.
So y'all walk around with curls, oldie 40s and brown paper sacks.
No, we cut our curls like that. Cube on one kept that shit. You know, towards the end of the 80s, brothers was cutting their Jerry curls in Texas. It's hard to have a curl in Texas. I think we was ready for curls to be gone. It's hard to have a Jerry curl in hot weather.
Thank you, because the running down your eye, burning you, chemical burns, and your skin be messed up, bumped up because you got all that oil on.
Sweating with glycerin.
Right, yeah.
Getting your eyes and start burning. They weren't going through that on the East Coast. They weren't going on the East Coast. So in the South, we was ready for the curl to die by the mid 80s. You know what I'm saying? But no, I wasn't trying to get no Jerry curl, but I was drinking Old English 800, and my attitude towards girls started to change.
See, we became what happened? I'm not gonna tell you what we became. What
you know what you end up doing? When you have anxiety about something. So a lot of average guy probably got anxiety about girls. A lot of guys do, right? then somebody come along and say, life ain't nothing but bitches and money, and redefine females as something that's less than. Some brothers, instead of trying to step up our game to be a chivalrous and shit, said no, they just bees, and that made it easy. It made it easy. It made it easy. It's wrong.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? It's wrong, but it said, you know what? She ain't give me my number. She ain't give me her number because something wrong with me. She ain't give me her number because something wrong with her.
Right. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Yeah, she ain't give me her number because on all throughout the album they getting rejected by girls and they tell them F you. You go listen to Straight Outta Compton. On multiple songs they get rejected by women and they be like F you. On multiple songs they interrupting the party and messing the party up.
So that whole album was about just they were trying to psych themselves out and build their confidence. It was all about rejection.
Right. It's about rejection, and so it's about redefining what's rejecting you in a disrespectful way. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to show no respect, and you save your little whatever little dignity you got left.
And the energy was aimed at the counterpart, the black girl.
It was aimed at the black girl. It's called punching down. Because we're already in a patriarchal society, right? So now I can't do nothing about this system out here, so I'm gonna punch down instead of punching up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sometimes it's easier to punch down than to punch up. You know what I'm saying? So the black woman became a B. You know what I'm saying? Look, she's talking about full ish.
Peace, Cheryl Irvin.
Peace, Cheryl Irvin. Knew I keep it on. Put all the links in the chat, please.
Yes.
Put all the links to support New Out to Keep It Line in the chat, But yeah, so that's kind of what it was. It was like cool because I remember looking at fine girls that I would never talk to.
Right.
Like I ain't had the courage to talk to. And looking at them and say, Tisha say she.
See, that's why
especially if she to behave a certain way. If you dance to it, you one of them. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh, so that just changed your whole, in a weird way.
It's very weird.
It's in a weird way by bringing you down.
Right.
We lifted ourselves up.
Absolutely.
And say, if I'm an N word, you a B word.
Right.
I'm gonna be an N, but I'm gonna be an N with an attitude. With an N attitude, I'm gonna make you the B word. Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just saying. I'm not justifying. I'm just saying that.
I mean, you sounds like in your eloquence.
You think I sound like I'm justifying it?
Your eloquence.
No,
very.
No.
But like Cheryl Irvin said, foolish. Foolish.
You think she being foolish?
Yeah, I do.
That's not.
I took that as that. That's not what you meant. Oh, my bad. As I said, my bad.
No, man. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit tomorrow. But you know what I'm saying, culturally.
Y'all check him out.
Yeah, culturally. You know what I'm saying. Oh, what you want to talk about, babe?
I mean, because we're just getting serious and stuff. Talking about wine.
We ain't got to stay serious. You know what I'm saying? What? Then it was quiet.
Right.
Right. But that's an interesting perspective. I'm just speaking from a perspective of someone who lived through it. And I'm just speaking on how the music influenced me. I'm not saying I influenced everybody else.
I lived through it as a female, as a receiver of that energy. I was still at that time. I scrub, bend over. Let me see you. I mean, because I knew that the music, number one, it just spoke to my soul.
The frequency in the music.
The frequency in the music.
Yeah.
Number two, I knew if I may not have gotten looked at, if I'm just out here just doing a regular two-step or something, I'm going to bend over, shake what my mama didn't give me. And as this song is playing.
I'm going to bend over, shake what your mama didn't give me.
Yeah, I had to make that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, so add what she didn't give me and make that happen and get some exposure, if you say, get some attention myself. So I was one that, I wasn't blessed with that, and I wasn't that kind of girl that would just pop. So I'm gonna get in my little space, and I'm gonna bend over because that frequency drew me in. For me, it was me taking control of the narrative before I even knew what that was. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna do it because I want to, and I'm gonna have the audacity to push you back. Like, no, this ain't for you. This for me. Just watch. You can't touch. and I'm gonna walk on about my business. But that was a sense of power for me. That's how I dealt with that. But I did scrub the ground. I did bend over, let you see it, and all. But I didn't let you see nothing. I just, I always stayed fully clothed. I wasn't about that life. I was always cold. I'm cold now. I've been cold then. I'm always.
See, and I'm gonna tell you, like for us, that was never woman empowerment.
Well, I mean, hey, take it how you can get it. That's what it meant for me, and that's how I roll with it.
Right.
This is what it is.
We never
this is the music that's going on.
Right.
I don't have the best clothes. I don't have the newest Jabos. I don't have the newest Adidas and whatever we were wearing. I didn't have the bamboo earrings. I wasn't, I didn't have the big boobies but so I had to do.
Felt like you had to.
Yeah, I felt like it. Yeah, absolutely felt like that because that's what was being portrayed as, as the it thing.
That's the it thing. So you're impacted by that. You know what I'm saying? We're impacted by seeking that validation in our community. You know what I'm saying? Seeking attention in our community. You know what I'm saying? And when what gets attention is kind of skewed, you say, well, I'm gonna try to do what gets attention. I was tempted to sell drugs, but I didn't. See, you know what I'm saying? And I had to make a conscious decision. Well, I'm a good student. I'm gonna stick with that, even though I'm walking and he driving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I know that for me as a girl, I didn't per se want the energy and the bumping and grinding. I want to take you home from a guy, but I did. I wanted my little choreography. That how I wanted that. That's not gonna get me anywhere. And I did want sometimes. I want the attention. I want to be like, hey, little mama, that's cool. I want to be able to tell you, no, I'm good, without really, doing anything with it. I want to tell you that, but then know. But I didn't. So that doing that, I think for a lot of, for some, I'm speaking from my perspective and those who were in my crew, we just enjoyed getting out.
Y'all was having fun. Y'all was having fun. You know what I'm saying? And there's an element of that's African culture. You know what I'm saying? As far as dancing and what lower vibration people call sexual. You know what I'm saying? But it's just cultural. It's just a black woman, enjoying herself. And I mean, y'all fine. So it ain't really many ways y'all can move. And that don't look sexual. If someone's defining it like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of time, and we tend to forget, and we want to play down that there were a lot of tribes. There are a lot of tribes and cultures within within the African community that twerking and doing that's a ritual, and it means something else because of the vibration that it brings.
But how you define it?
We don't because Western society has deemed that as sexual. It's a sexual thing without it being it has a whole nother meaning.
There are all other, what I'm saying.
Because we came from that, our DNA, we identify, we connect, but we're acting it out in this other way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This less vibe, this
low vibration.
And
living in a drug culture, a rape culture.
Right.
Like we grew up in a drug culture.
Very misogynistic culture.
We grew up in a rape culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of culture we grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Misogynistic, objectifying women. That's American culture. That's not black culture. That's American culture.
Absolutely.
So you can call it Black American culture in a way, but it's not. It's not indigenous to us.
Right, at all. Because wasn't Brooke, she was like 15 when they put her out there and was sexualizing her.
They was interviewing her as a minor on late night talk shows.
Thank you.
Johnny Carson interviewed her like, you're so beautiful. You're just so gorgeous. Like, man, what's going on? 59. Girl, 15. So we're in the film. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the type of that's Western culture.
Right.
Like Cheryl said, the West always define women in power in sexual terms. You know why? Because that benefits men.
Oh, absolutely, and it not only benefits men, but benefits white men because that
and men with power.
It gives you the saying that I can objectify you, I can do whatever it is I want to do to you, and you don't matter. What you got going, it does not matter, and so that makes me feel
good. Like as a patriarch, I want to pay you and own you. And have you do whatever you want me to do. And I want you to think you're doing something to me.
Right.
I want you to think that you're gaming me. That's what I want you to think. But I ain't giving you nothing that I don't already have to give. You know, and but that's with us too. So with the black brother, with the brothers, it's our machismo.
Right.
So we jump out with our machismo, I kill a nigga, and think that make us something. And then a sister jump out with our ass.
Yeah.
And is convinced that makes us something. Shit, that's all good. And if you think being a thug gonna make you powerful, and then you think being a thought make you one,
we good.
We're good. The enemy can relax.
Right.
Say in the West, we absolutely are being sexual. It may be African, but we are not being African, our expression of it. I think that we are definitely, you cannot be an African. You can't not be an African.
Right.
You're being an African in everything you do.
That's
but
right.
what you do is not being defined in African-centered terms.
Right. You're not expressing it in African-centered terms, but
you're not defining it.
What you're doing, how it's coming out is genuine.
Yes, that physical intelligence is African physical intelligence, but how it's defined is very Eurocentric.
Right.
Very Eurocentric. So we have to make that distinction.
That's the distinction.
We got to make that distinction. So we take that toxic shame off of us, right? And look at like, no, what we do intrinsically has been turned against us.
That's right.
By miseducation. And
that's the same
how we church. We church different from white folks.
About to say spirituality.
Right. It's same with spirituality.
Negative. If you do it like this, you in voodoo, or you this and you are not. That's dark. That you shouldn't be doing that. Also, me praising, giving this energy, the same energy that I would give to my African deity or my African God or my African energy. I'm going to give that same energy to this picture, this white man, this white Jesus. That's what I'm giving it to. Oh, okay. And I'm good. I'm righteous because of that.
Right. And now you're giving that energy that they fear. Right? Energy that they fear. You're sending that energy that they believe is very real. That the missionaries, they believe those black powers are real.
Right.
And they directing it towards their God. So now they're getting the benefit of that power.
That's right. I see it as like the matrix, or just like with somebody being headphones or something connected to them, and they're draining their energy. We're doing this and getting this, and you're draining and you're giving that energy there instead of sending it over here. It's going over there. So I think that's what I see it as. Is like even with Christianity, I'm like, a lot of people say, "Oh, you left church? Did you leave God?" I've never left God. God is wherever I am. Where I direct my energy is just going in a different way.
And how you express that love, that devotion, that commitment, you know what I'm saying, to that belief in the Creator, it changes because your paradigm is shifted.
Well, yeah, I've gained new tools,
right,
on how
has changed it, not your what,
not my what. But I still that energy, so that's the same. The energy is still what I desire and what I fulfill when I'm doing it another way. And so, but because
you be talking to that officer just like you used to do it in church.
Heck yeah,
you used to going at the church, and I see you doing it. You brought that same energy, that same fervor,
because it got me the results. Right. I'm like, if it worked over here, I know it's gonna work over here. I'm just because I'm directing it to genuinely towards my genuinely towards the right energy, the right place where I'm supposed to direct it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same paradigm with music, culture, whatever we do. The how is divine, but the what is perverted.
That's why it's important. It's not just cliquish or cliches when we're saying
cliché.
Cliché-ness. Yes. When we say, now I lost my thought.
Oh, my bad.
It's not cliche. It's when we cliche-ish.
Cliche-ish.
Yes, it's cliche-ish. I want to make sure I said that word how I meant to say the word cliche-ish when we say, "Damn, I forgot." It'll come back soon.
You went for it.
I did.
I
tried to go again. I tried.
No, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, man. Yeah. So we just got to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? We just got to be mindful of how we express ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The impact it has. I mean, oppressed people implode. Y'all don't think it's a black thing. Like oppressed people implode. And they internalize. Oppression can be internalized and then expressed. And I'm just letting everybody know out on the East Coast, y'all rapping about love, y'all rapping about all that kind of stuff during that time, you know what I'm saying? But you were reflecting another thing, and that was being exploited. Exploitation had no ownership, you know what I'm saying? They were being caricatures of themselves, and they were being exploited too, and pushing consumerism, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, that shit is, you know,
it's out there.
It's out there, and it's still out there today. These young people are falling victim to some of the same traps.
All day, every day.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're seeing it more prevalent these days. But I mean, well, no, we're seeing it for their generation. We're seeing
it's been hills and valleys.
It's evolving or devolving, how you want to call it, but it's different.
Pop brought the gangsterism that was
yes, he did. Yes,
in
he
his
did.
music.
Yes,
Pop wasn't a gangster in real life. But
well, yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
No, let me.
What depends on how you
identify gangster. Because when you fight for stand for your people and what you believe in the way Pop believes, shooting those cops, that's gangster.
All right.
When you talk about
to me, shooting the cops is revolutionary.
Okay, see, it's gangster. Because I'm from, because we're from where we're from, the hood. Gangster to me is that.
And that's it. So for a lot of us, and you asked my attraction too.
Right.
I didn't know what a revolutionary was. So when I heard NWA, that was revolutionary for you. That was revolutionary to me.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Black Power to Phaedra Woods.
What's up, Phaedra? Black Nation on the rise in the house.
Come on.
First organization I helped co-found in Fort Worth back in the day. Hey, we was young. 17, 18, 19 years old, trying to impact change in our community, you know what I'm saying? Using hip hop as a tool. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, this whole age of destruction kind of thing. To me, that you're eliminating a lot of great work. You put right. You know, you're saying that music has dominated the landscape
and it's
from
been a bad thing that whole time
to now. And no, you know, has it been an issue? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But what I call this whole era, the era of destruction, I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
What do you think, Phaedra, when you've been in a while? I mean, as as he just said, we called out y'all's organization, how did that feel for you? What did that mean for you when that hip hop of that era of that time? How did that work for you? How did that
if you got to keep in mind too, a lot of people hated that music.
Oh, I'm telling you, I didn't pick it up for a long time.
It ain't like the black community went crazy over NWA. That was not what it was.
Because black people are people of principle.
We were still watching Cosby
We're
Show.
Black people of community and family and respect. Those values and principles.
They were still there. We were still trying. I feel like we were still trying to hold on to a lot of that because a lot of us were dealing with broken families by the end. Whether it's a single parent home thing or the crack cocaine thing, like we can't gloss over the crack era like it wasn't a whole pandemic / Holocaust. We can't just gloss over that.
That was detrimental to the black community. I mean, I don't know what else has been besides them killing us en masses this last, 10 years. But before that, it was
nothing compares to crack. Only thing compares to crack is slavery.
Yep.
You can't compare anything
that's
else
to
the crack era outside of. You can't compare Jim Crow to crack. I prefer Jim Crow over crack any day of the week. Give me a choice.
Give me exactly.
Crack era, Jim Crow.
Expound.
Okay. So Jim Crow were unwritten laws that restricted black people's mobility. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go to Walmart. Well, hell to hell with Walmart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't intermarry. Okay. Now don't hit me.
Right.
Now the other shit, motherfuckers calling you boy. You know what I'm saying? And black people sat in the balcony. Black people sat at the back of the bus. Right. You know what? That really attacked your dignity.
It sure did.
And at the same time, I'm not downplaying it at all. But it's not the crack era. Because during Jim Crow, you still went home. And during Jim Crow, over 60% of black marriages or black couples were married. During Jim Crow, you still had the black family unit at home. And so it's like, okay, how do we deal with the Jim Crow? A lot of black-owned business people didn't give a damn about Jim Crow because the black-owned restaurant won when you couldn't go to the white-owned restaurant because your dollars is moving.
Okay.
And so now when you go to the white restaurant, you're getting dignity, but your community is losing money because that dollar is not going to circulate.
You're really not getting dignity. You believe
in your
dignity.
mind. Well, just like when you twerk, you think you get some. When I say now kill a nigga, I think I'm getting some. So when I go to I think I'm getting some dignity. Right?
Why you just couldn't say something just good old
we want to go to the France. We want to do Chateau de Claca. You know what I'm saying? We want to go to Chateau de Claca and say, yeah, girl, I'm the only Negro in Chateau de Claca. And we think that means something.
Right.
You know? Man, they was looking at me like I was stealing. So I bought everything in the store. Food.
That is silly.
But we did it.
But I just never understood it.
Right? We do it. It's the same mentality. It's the same mentality, man.
I'm like with the children, so I'm just built differently because that, and I'm not no criticism or judgment. I'm just saying, that really pissed me off to the umpteenth degree to have that. I'm like, I'm not giving the times that I did. Let me preface the times that I did is because I felt like I didn't. So when we do it, I believe it's more often than none that we do it because we feel like we have no other alternative. We have no other way. So we'll endure that. No, when you put yourself in their arena, then yes.
Right. Now I gotta go to the general store.
Right.
I gotta go to this store because it's the only store that's gonna supply me with seeds and feed for my chickens and and they make niggas Negroes go around the back. I have no choice because there's ain't a black owned feed store for another 50 miles.
Right.
I got to go there.
Right.
So you have to deal with Jim Crow there.
Absolutely.
Right. But at least during Jim Crow, you can minimize your interaction with it based on just when you need to feel it. Everybody felt crack.
That's right.
If you lived in a working class black neighborhood, you felt the sting of the crack epidemic.
Working class, low class, poverty class, you felt it.
Yeah.
And you felt and according to your degree going down, you felt it even worse.
You felt it even worse.
My grandmother had 8 children. 6 of them were affected by the crack epidemic, and they I mean,
and even though they're all done, if they're not, even if they're those that are still here with it, they're done with that. They're still feeling the effects.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
It's still here.
Absolutely.
Give me Jim Crow.
You're right, because Jim Crow. Because crack dealt with physical, mental, emotional, spiritually, all that.
And it hit
in the house. I was just about to say, in the family. It tore up the the black family.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it tore up.
Yeah.
You often have stories where you saying this upright, righteous father, black father, one of your friends, you always saw him like this, and then when that crack came, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I saw it, man. Upstanding brother, not my best friend's father.
Right.
Was one of the coldest brothers in the community. Right. Great job. Right. Took care of his family. Right. Was messing around with that shit. Right. And because they didn't know what it was.
Right.
They didn't understand. My big brother told me, my father, and who's an ancestor now, my big brother, Kenneth Darren Thomas, told me, they didn't know. They just thought it was working man's cocaine. Man. And cocaine was promoted as a sexy drug.
Sure was.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. And so they didn't know. And by the time they figured it out, it was too late. It was too late.
Too late.
I watched that man walk away. I watched, not my brother, but my brother did an amazing job as a drug addict. Right. But I watched my best friend's father walk away from his family for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a rich man. Call me a boy and make me sit at the back of the bus any day over crack. Okay. That's how I feel.
Okay.
So you can't compare that era to nothing. So this is the era that straight out of Compton and gangster rap comes out in. You can't jump over that and say this is what brought destruction to hip-hop. But that's what we like
to do. That's what's being always done to us. It's like when we respond with a a behavior, it's like, oh, you're just terrible people. No, we're responding to what has been done to us, what's been fed to us.
Right.
And when people like to jump over that, and then again, we become the victim. Woe is us. Yes. This is what did it to us. No, let's get out of that victim mentality.
We can't be the Nicholas brothers forever.
No.
Right? Like Nicholas brothers during their era, Jim Crow, they smile and dance their ass off.
And you had to.
You had to get free. I'm not dissing. No, I'm not dissing.
No, I'm not.
Right. But I'm just saying, we in the face of all the racism, we were still able to put the coat and tails on, the smiles on, and our entertainers were able to be apolitical.
Right.
Then civil rights era came, and we watching Ray the other night. Remember, he finally and they banned him from the whole state of Georgia when he refused to play a segregated theater.
I mean,
they banned him from the state.
I want to stand on the side of my people. You're telling me that I'm banned from the whole state. Oh, okay.
They banned him from
this man was in his 60s and 70s before they gave it back, before he was able to enter Georgia again. Ridiculous.
Barry Gordy didn't want to release Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
No.
He hated the album.
Man.
Because he said white people ain't gonna buy it.
Man.
He hated the album.
We're sick. It's generational sickness when it comes to our relationship with white society.
Right. So if Jim Crow did that, what did crack era do?
Man.
If Jim Crow watered down R&B, what did the crack era do to hip hop?
It definitely didn't give it a good start. Because it was new.
Yeah.
It was already new.
Man,
and to come with that, to wrap that around it.
It's one thing to call a boy and go and put on some sequins, go on stage, Earth Angel, and still smile, put on a mask, and all that kind of stuff. I guess all that. It's a whole nother thing for your mama to be a dope fiend, and then you got to get on stage and sing about love. That shit hard, man.
I think it's the same. I'm gonna say it was equal because again, you didn't have to live that. So it's easier to say what you probably would have done and what it if you didn't live through it. But living through that and getting your dignity.
So you going from a situation where you outside and outsiders are saying N-word, you ain't shit, to going in your own house where now the people in your house are saying N-word, you ain't shit.
But I think that it is difficult and it's harsh. But I'm saying that I guess it's the
horrible coming from other people.
I think that I think we, again, being a teenager within that realm, at that time, we have to ask someone that was a teenager in that time frame how that affected them and how they felt about that, feeling like they were no one. There was less of a person.
No, I have, and I respect it. I'm not trying to downplay it at all.
I understand.
I just think that the crack era was that serious.
I think that this is, and we're gonna move.
Yes.
I think that
we just go where the energy takes us.
I think that it could have been considered equal. It's just that as time progresses and time goes on,
we won't rank them.
As time goes on, your obstacle is going to get a little steeper, or it's going to get a little harder. It's that brick wall.
And I don't mean to rank them. I don't mean to rank them. But I do feel that the crack era, though, does not, in its impact on the Black community, does not get enough respect as far as the damage that was done.
Because we are melanated, I think that it's kind of like we got the slave, we got the Ma'afa, and then we got the Holocaust.
Which Holocaust? The Ma'afa is a Holocaust.
No, I'm saying the Holocaust. When I say I'm saying
you talking about the Jewish Holocaust?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Ma'afa is my Holocaust.
It's the Holocaust.
That's what I'm saying. The Holocaust
is ours.
Okay, but I'm saying the Jewish.
There we go.
Holocaust. That's like comparing those two and saying, "Oh, this was so great," versus the Ma'afa.
Well, you can. I feel, but you can compare them though. But you
for
can't.
them, yeah, that was a poor example. Then
Yeah, because they compare it to, because they blatantly say that what we went through is nothing compared to what they went through. They blatantly do that. They do not give the same respect and honor to what our ancestors went through. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I feel what you're saying.
But it's kind of, I'm trying to give an analogy.
Yeah, give an analogy, but but as far as comparing eras in our history, I see what you're saying. Right. We're not ranking one trauma over the other. We're just saying that this is all part. This period in our history and the damage and psychological damage, I just feel like hasn't been studied enough.
No.
And because we're living it.
We're constantly told to just, before we can we can self-evaluate and identify and then try to make some solutions. It's time to move on to the next trauma. And we try to fight that while we're trying to correct this. And then it's on to the next. That's what we're constantly in until we stop.
And it's easy to scapegoat Black youth every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Because Black youth are the ones that are actually acting out what's going on.
Right.
The psychological thing that's going on. They're acting. That's the youth are the ones who are burning the village down so they can feel the warmth.
Well, what's that?
And so we got to look at what the reason why.
It is. Youth who are neglected by the village will burn it down in order to feel its warmth.
But why do we tend to forget? We don't go back and look at the why. We just look at, they burnt it down.
Right. But they would have neglected you. And that's what, when I listen to Straight Outta Compton today, I'm like, they're acting like neglected children.
Right.
These are the neglected kids.
That's
they come to the party where those of us who got mamas and dads, they're like, we just having a good time. We listening to LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? I need love. I need love. We looking at each other like, here come them kids who dad in the pen. Kids who mamas out there. Here they come with their 40s, they angry, they fell dope, they pissed off. And here they come and here to fight somebody to mess because they mad when they get there.
So we look at the 90s. What was the 90s reminds me of the 70s, because the 60s was kind of like the 80s. It was kind of in between. Yeah, they were fighting, but it was kind of like it was being lulled into a sense of something, inclusion, and I'm safe. But 70s, they had to come out fighting. The 70s was fighting. I think the 90s was fighting. I think the
70s was expression. The 60s was fighting.
Okay, the 60s was fighting. The 70s, I could get that. 70s was expression.
70s was like expression. Like 70s, you got the Jeffersons and you got good times. You got
talking about mainstream. You're talking about mainstream, but I'm talking about actually the grassroots.
Right. Grassroots. You had more Black-owned businesses popping up. You had Black people saying Black is beautiful. You had the afros in the early 70s.
Okay, you're right. Expression.
Right, but then when it kind of got caught on and got with mainstream, it was co-op. So from 76 on, just look at Good Times.
Why had we 76 on?
Because 76 was the bicentennial, and that's where they made Black folks patriots again and act like they was a part of America. I studied this stuff. I know you was born on the 200-year anniversary of the United States.
I was.
And JJ went from a fro to the late
you sure did.
Good Times. He had a perm.
Yeah,
Michael went from a militant to a singer.
He sure did.
Just watch the politics of Good Times.
You're right. I can't deny the
shift. It's like a cultural shift.
And
then we hit the 80s, and two little Black boys got adopted by a rich white family, and everybody wanted to be Arnold and Willis.
Sure they did. Different strokes today. Different strokes today.
Y'all don't play with me when it comes to culture.
To rule the world. Yes, it does today.
And then a little man named Michael Jackson got another job. He got a Jerry Curl Prince. We went Jerry Curl, Afro was gone.
We were relaxed.
We was relaxed, and then what hit the community?
Crack
cocaine. But you got hip hop that's being born out of our struggles. It's the only music that's telling the truth.
And it's hard for me not to coincide things with the spiritual. When they say that Black people were more connected to God and to some with our hairs, our antennas.
Right.
those curly coils, the more natural state, we're more in tune with the spirit. And when we start relaxing, what do when you get relaxed? You lay that shit down. You don't have, you no longer have that direct connection and that communication.
You know, when we relaxed our afro, we relaxed our African.
Yes, we did.
It was not popular to be dark skinned in the 80s. It wasn't popular to have no natural hairstyles in the 80s.
Right.
None of that. 80s, we started putting on Coca-Cola shirts.
Sure did.
We started branding ourselves with Nikes and Converse and all that. That's the 80s.
The Olaray and the Lust, the
Thriller video.
And the curve.
Let the church when Eddie Murphy made that parody of it in
that was some real shit.
He killed the curl.
He did because he outside the shit out of it.
Yes. Nobody wanted to leave a stain on the pillow after coming to America.
No.
Eddie knew what he was doing. And he killed the curl.
Took it out.
And
he needed to because we were too relaxed.
Yeah, we was too relaxed. Niggas' hair setting on fire. Michael Jackson talking about him. Don't get your curly hair. I know my shit caught on fire.
Wait a minute, can do it again.
Go get the curl. I'm good. I'm good. It's all good. It wasn't all good, Michael. Your hairstyle caught on fire.
Your hair.
Your hair caught on. That's not good.
No.
That ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You gotta think about that stuff. But at the same time, this vulnerable, this community, we let our guard down. And what hit our community?
That's what it is.
Yeah, what it is.
Baby, why we spend the whole time? We didn't spend the whole time on this. This will be for tomorrow.
You did it.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna go in deeper tomorrow, though. This ain't nothing compared to the deep dive we're gonna do at 1 p.m.
Well, this is enough. Stop yourself.
Give me something else to talk about. I'm on it right now. Who did something? What happened on Housewives of Huntsville?
Well, if you talk about that. No, I love how, speaking of that, we have.
And what's up, Dwayne Ross? We doing good. He said,
What's up? My brother. We're being drawn into drama and nonsense with the presidents of Black empowerment and Black couples empowerment, Black marriage empowerment, because that's what a lot of the reality shows are doing. It's like, women, they're selling Atlanta, or the love of this, and it's about the business people of this and coming up in the empowerment. And then all you really want to know, what you want is the drama, the inside stories. You don't want to see the greatness that they do in their community. You don't want to see what they're building. They're trying to buy Black the blocks of their community. And I want to make sure I emphasize the Black, taking back those blocks, those historical neighborhoods were once thriving Black neighborhoods, and taking those, they don't want, like the Bells of the South or something like that. The whole presidents was of this sister that wanted to buy back the block of a particular block of.
You won't say buy back the block. You keep saying buy back the block.
Buy black because it's Black. I need to get it Black. To the block of what it was of Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and it quickly became about all the personal relationships. They reel us in. That's what I'm saying. They reel us in with that because that's what we want. And what I'm saying about it is that we have to. I think when we start creating like the Messiah, like the brother Gerard,
Messiah the movie.
The Messiah the movie. He's being picked up in all the film festivals all over the country. Detroit. Where was he? Another place he was. God dog it, I forget, but I know Detroit was one. But I know he's been in a lot of film festivals.
Shout out to the Detroit Film Festival.
And he was been in a lot of film festivals highlighting the Messiah, the movie, the look at. And but things like that don't get as much play as this drama.
Well, but there's you know what I'm saying? Like there's a business. Well, there's a business reason behind it, right? There's a business reason. Well, because in America, you know what I'm saying? What drama sells? We all want to see.
Show.
Look.
I even want to see drama.
We all want to see drama.
Yes, I do. The
issue, I think, with us in seeing a drama in reality shows is just that toxic shame that we have. Right. Like Okay, go ahead.
You want to put his name? I don't want you to.
Not only am I going, I got it. I see it. I see it. Trust me. But yeah, we're gonna drop Brother Gerard.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna play the trailer
Cool.
here
Okay,
in just a second. You know
Hold
what I'm
on,
saying?
Dwayne. Don't leave us.
Right. And Dwayne say he don't want to see drama. I don't like it, but there are plenty of people who do.
Right.
We like drama. We like drama fiction. So we definitely gonna like drama that seems like nonfiction, right? And so that's a draw. The key is it's just like with gangster rap. I used to hear the gangster rap, and I would filter out the stuff I wasn't with, and I would hang on to the stuff I like. That's what you do with the things.
Yes, but most of us are not.
Well, a lot of us are in tune to the drama, but that doesn't. Can you do both? Can you be intrigued by the drama and be motivated by the business moves?
Now, when you say it like that, no. Yeah, I can be intrigued by the drama and motivated. I think that I can be intrigued. I guess if you say intrigued can be just mean the draw to it.
Right. That's the hook.
That's it. So I can say that. But I'm just saying intrigued.
Now, once I get you there, what are you getting?
Honestly, I guess the intrigue is trying to see how they're gonna navigate the situation,
right? And
me comparing I would have done this, or I would never do. No, you should have done. That's the intrigue for me.
Right.
I think that I don't revel, or I'm not valuing the fact that somebody's going through some, or oh haha, she be there, or she talking crazy, she set her straight. I'm not reveling that. That's not my get up. My get up is. Yeah, I want to see how I want to see real life, and so I get drawn into because I'm used to drama, I'm used to struggle, I'm used to hardship. I'm going to be drawn into this drama, thinking this is a little closer to what I am. But I want to see the empowerment. I want to see you get up out of that. And that's because that's where I am. I want to move past.
But if it was a show just about empowerment,
I'm in it. That's what pulls me
You're in it.
But that's not the masses. I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah, you're in it.
I understand that.
And I don't think you would be in it every day.
Excuse me? Yes, I would.
I mean, you'll be in it, but the drama helps. Okay, let me make an I statement.
Yes.
When I come in, I'm sitting there and you watching them shows. Mm-hmm. I love to see they making moves, whatever. But the drama is what keep me there. Because what are the questions I be asking? I ask you every now and then, that's their business. You like, yeah. Then I be like,
who did what? And what they
is she mad at him?
What they say.
So what's the problem? Why she mad at her? Like, that's what I be wanting to know.
We do.
I just think that's natural. It's nothing. Right. I don't think we should walk in shame about that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You just want to make sure you preface what the all round, what the message is.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't there rooting for the demise of rooting. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, that's all. They're trying to pull the lessons out of it. But we have to stop walking in shame.
Absolutely.
Europeans have comedians that are buffoons and absurd and silly. They don't apply their skin to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And we
it's just what it is.
It's just what it is. That's just how that person expresses.
And I only think we do it because that's what they do. They want to differentiate who we are, what we are, the behavior with a ethnicity, and that's not the case. They want us to believe that this is only special to this ethnicity.
Yes. And that's the racism.
Absolutely.
The racism is when we start applying shit that everybody do to our skin. When it's based on a condition and a mentality, not on the skin tone. Now we're going to express it how we culturally express it. Same thing. Man, when I worked with gangs, the Asian gangs was the worst one.
Come on.
I'm on the inside.
Right.
When I work with gangs, what Asians do to Asians,
baby, ain't nothing compared to what
look at him. Right.
And it's so unemotional. I'm not saying anyone's better, but we make ours emotional.
I'm not comparing. I'm just letting y'all know that fratricide is universal, especially among working class people.
Right.
It's universal, man. When you climbing to get that bag, shit, whoever you got to step over to get it.
It's just what it is.
What's up, the Asia?
Peace, the Asia. That's okay. You right on time. You never late this divine time, sis.
You got one of them.
I know, but that I finna say, tell Mufasa, let you go. Then maybe you can do something.
Ever since she last on Mufasa,
man, she come late. Time. This should be late. Man, Mufasa got you, girl. I'm just saying.
Oh, You know what? Which you know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all?
Do Gerard Photo.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Gerard Photo. Shout out to the Messiah the movie. I'm gonna play the trailer right quick. The first ever narrative film about Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this.
Completely independent. I bet you're not gonna watch the trailer though.
No, I'm not.
I unequivocally reject the racist assumption of white America's ideology that God created the black man inferior. Because if Negroes are created in God's image and Negroes are black, then God too must in some sense be black. It's time to unite our brothers and sisters across the country and sail to Africa. Liberia is calling us now.
And what happens when the government tries to stop us?
By the time they try it, it will already be too late.
They claim to have lifted the Negro race to persuade Negroes into buying stock in the Black Star Line.
This trial is politically driven. They want to end the movement by assassinating my character. By not taking the plea, you face a mandatory 5 years in prison. Do you see any fear in my eyes?
Who does he think he is? Black Moses?
You better stop him quick. He's gonna tear this whole country apart. How much longer will you endure the pain and suffering that this country places upon you? Dive down, black men, dive down and dig.
Hold your head high, Marcus. You are not the first the system has tried to break, and you will not be the last. The future of our people relies on you.
Africa for the Africans!
All right, y'all. Yes. Marcus Mosiah, the movie. Man, I'm so looking forward to being able to stream that. It's been in Atlanta. I remember now. It's been in Detroit. It's been in a lot of places. Y'all just look out for it. Check it out. P-Shay Black, what's going on, brother? From the north, from the northeast. Is that what they call it? But yes, Marcus Messiah, the movie. All right, I was back. Hold on, y'all.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on.
Move on out the way.
Jump on it here.
Woo! I had to figure out the technology part. I think I did.
P-Shay Black, what's up with it, man? I ain't even checked to see who won that little fight that's going on last night.
We normally be watching the fight, man. I like a good fight. You know, I'm fighting Aries and the moon, the full moon in Aries too. You know, I'm really, I got some energy and aggression to get out, and I be trying to.
Oh yeah, we love a good boxing match.
So
whatever, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, shout out to my brother Gerard Photo and the whole team at Mosiah, the movie. You know, get behind it, y'all. But you know, share it, let people know about it. Bring it to your town. Bring a screening to your city. You know, we're working on bringing it virtually for our Kwanzaa fundraiser, but we also working to bring it right here into Columbia, South Carolina as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a short film. It's a 40-minute film. I'm saying 40 hours.
40 hours.
It's a 40 minutes. Some people was watching. It's a Shay Black movie. We had a 40-hour movie about Marcus Shay Black. Oh, straight like that. But anyway, but it's a 40-minute. That's what he be doing. I know. Straight like that. I gotta see somebody. Yeah, but anyway, I'm trying to inhibit me. All right. But 40 minutes, it's a 40-minute film. They did a great job, and I tell you that it took creativity. It took pulling resources together. I'm a proud consultant on the film as well. You know what I'm saying? And I was honored that they reached out to me to be a part of the team. But Mosiah, the movie, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I'm saying? Do you see any fear in my eyes? And the dude that played Marcus Garvey, he wrote it.
Oh, really?
Yes, he actually wrote the script.
Wow.
Yeah. He wrote the script. I guess people been calling him Marcus Garvey face all his life because he looked like Marcus Garvey.
Like Marcus
you know,
Garvey.
he looked like Garvey. And the brother
Africa for the Africans.
Africa for the Africans.
Come on now.
Right. So RBG is gonna be in that boy like
that's gonna be one stuff. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for
and
that.
he working with the UNIA.
Oh, that's what's
so like the UNIA chapter in Detroit. Shout out to y'all. They're welcoming of the film, so they're not getting
That's
flack.
how you do it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
they're
how
not getting that kind of flack. The folks that are the
it.
safeguards of Garvey's legacy
Right.
are actually embracing.
That's how you do it. People like, share. This movie is very intricate, a part of our culture. We want to get it out there, even if it's for the debate. Even if you think that it's something, you got some criticism of, still talk about it. Put it out there. That's how we build a nation.
Right.
We're gonna always we're not gonna all agree at any one point. That's a part of having a community and a nation of autonomy. Let's get it out there and let's get behind this movie and put it out there so we can get
but the
closer narrative to what
I like that you brought that up. I like you brought that up about like being able to disagree, being able to give a critique, being able to be critical without that meaning beef. Right. But right now though, beef is money. If you're in that YouTube
think what I get.
You okay? Do I need to mute myself? Should I play God?
No, you good.
All right, cool.
Put my arms up.
Cool. Yeah, like we did the
put your arms up. Put your arms up.
Right.
Yeah.
But YouTube, man, and beef is big business.
It really is.
Drama is big business. Like we say with the drama, it was talking about with the reality shows.
Right.
Drama on Facebook can generate views too. You know what I'm saying? When we look at this era of hip hop that especially it called the era of destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But are you counting the early 2000s, the mid 2000s? Now we're here and you see a lot of the beef. And I think a lot of the beef and stuff now comes from the lure of the monetization, man. If you are nobody and you can talk enough noise about somebody, that can bring attention to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not popular and you can talk enough noise about somebody who is, that can bring attention and monetization to your channel. So now that hating is big business.
And so you have and that pushes you to be even more prevalent in expressing yourself in a righteous way, a person of dignity, a person of integrity. You have to
easier said than done.
Yeah, but it's still, that don't mean that it don't have to be done. It still has to be done.
Yeah, but because some people even manufacture beef.
But it still
I've seen some manufactured beef.
They're not people of righteousness or integrity or honesty. That's what I'm saying.
They people of YouTube chicks.
Well, then
and for some people, that's what they want to be. They don't want to be people of righteousness. They want to be people of monetization.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what the fucked up part about it in hip hop is that, like, on that local level, like when you see beef on artists that have other kind of hits, they might do a diss record back and forth and then they move on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But when you local, and you only get 12 views, but when you go at them dudes on the south side, all of a sudden you got 365 views.
It's like, ooh,
we gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep this going. 365 views, but to a lot of 1,200 views is superstardom to a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying?
We got 3 and I'm excited. I'm like kind of hyped about that with them 3. Y'all want to do monthly donations to the Uru Academy? I'm about to think about them 3. I ain't doing no tripping. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if I decide to get on here and air out somebody.
But again, narrow is the path of the righteousness. Wide is the path.
Now you see this.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because you need to know that
narrow is the path
of the righteousness. The path least traveled is the one that's going to be of the most reward, and it's the one that is of.
There's so many people that will challenge that because it depends on how you define a reward.
I'm going again with principles and values. It takes more discipline to and more self-awareness to be able to live a life that is on a certain accord.
I remember
doing
myself.
others like
I
you want to
remember
be done
I remember
unto.
my pride and self-awareness. And a lot of times it looked like my boy Joshua passing by me while I was walking down Style Cup to go to Dunbar, and we both 16. But I was righteous. He was booming. His system was loud. He was on them gold dating, and his girlfriend was so fine and pretty. And I was just sitting there like, oh well. But you know what? I'm doing my homework. Everybody like that, dog. Everybody ain't like.
But where are you now in comparison to Josh?
Oh no, he touched him to the and all that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So now, but in that moment.
But that's what critical thinking comes in. That's where you are being observant and acknowledging and figuring out, assessing the situation with all the outcomes at that moment. That's where you take 60 seconds out, 30 seconds in order to assess what each outcome, what it can bring.
I had record deals. You know this.
I know.
We had a record deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We were determined to kick a certain message, and we didn't waver.
Right. You did.
Right. And as a result,
you didn't get to
right
meet Tupac.
Well, no, I didn't get to meet Tupac because he transitioned a year before I got to LA.
I was bringing
right. If Tupac was alive, and we went to LA, we'd be outlaws.
I see.
Period. Right.
Come on.
But because Tupac was a revolutionary.
Yes,
too,
he was.
Right.
Yes,
but
he was.
it was hard to, as great as we were talent wise. I don't know if we knew how to market our message. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a market for your message.
It was. It's always been a market.
What I'm saying is, it wasn't an avenue for you to say, hey, this is what I do. Can you market me? You had to create and carve out that lane.
You got, and we as a team, we didn't know as a team how to really dive in like that. But I'm saying who he was never affiliated with us. Okay, let's make that. Hey, the legend rocks on. I ain't being funny. You know what I'm saying?
I love y'all, McGee family.
Right. All the earnest.
Y'all made it happen a lot.
Because the first hip hop show I ever had was on Ernest McGee stage.
Come on.
Right there
Rosedale
in Ayers. Right there, East Side's first
y'all
show.
Are well known, boo. So don't think we high side.
But
it's just
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but the industry is tricky. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
The industry is tricky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. But and I'm saying all that to say though, a lot of times when you stick to your principles, you're gonna sacrifice some opportunities.
Right.
You gotta be ready to sacrifice some opportunities.
And that's a part of the critical thinking that you got to do ahead of time, so you can be aware of that. So that if you don't think about it and see those forthcoming before, then you're gonna get in that situation, and there's a crossroads.
Right.
Am I gonna go over here and go back over to what's good and what's gonna give me what I want and desire for now, or am I gonna continue on this path of righteousness, integrity, and commitment and dedication?
Because you can fall in a trap and say, "I'm gonna do it different."
Absolutely.
It's easy to fall into that trap.
Yeah.
So I looked at
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to infiltrate and change it from.
So as an MC that was both street and revolutionary, I looked at Pac and I said that didn't end well.
Right. It didn't.
Right.
It didn't.
And so I'm like, okay, I can't go down that same path and say it'll be different for me.
So do you think that, and this is a question that I have for me personally, do you think that Jeremiah's Ashadam, aka Nipsey, fell into that trap of thinking I can still be in it and make a change? From within, and he succumbed to the same thing.
I think that it had a lot to do with it. Trying to work both worlds, or trying to transform. I think that you can't underestimate the power of miseducation.
Right.
You can't underestimate the power of the ignorance that's around you. Right. He didn't see that coming.
Right. No, he did not. He didn't. He
thought
he was doing a great thing for the set.
Right. He didn't see that coming. He was working street politics from what we know. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't see this dude coming back and doing that to him.
No,
you know,
that dude.
But see, here's the tripped out part.
Yeah.
Without going into too much detail.
Right.
The ordinary way to deal with somebody that's a snitch would have prevented him from being able to come back.
Right. That part. And we're not willing to really follow that.
When I'm trying to change, you have to be careful as a king, as a chief. When you come in and you change the rules.
Try again.
No, you wouldn't be. No, Siri, go.
Wife was out getting business. But you got, when you're a king or a chief, you got to look and say, well, if I say, all right, we're going to handle this part of it non-violently.
Right.
Well, if the other people ain't. Right. You change the rules. Right. Don't mean they didn't. Right. And so what it did was justify the original rule.
He thought that the changes and the things that he was doing was far more greater than the behaviors and
he was showing up. He was trying to show a better way to do it.
He was.
But you have people who are living off of the old.
Come on, and you messing
Same
that
thing happened to Bruce Lee. A lot of people believe Bruce Lee was assassinated.
He was.
Because he was disrupting the old way. And too many people was making money. Too many people invested in the old way.
They were losing money.
Yeah, if you're gonna do something new and everybody making money off the old way, then you're gonna create enemies. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So Deasia says that she thinks that Nip was starting to feel invincible. So due to his celebrity, she didn't think that he would have handled it away if he could have.
Right. I just put the invincible back up, baby. Just let flow.
I mean, would you do? It's kind of hard.
Any reason you got you worrying about this? Flow.
But anyway, no, but I think that I don't know though, Deasia. You thought he's becoming invincible. I think that he was really portraying a swag and a energy that he really believed what he was learning, what he was discovering. I think that he was really believing that and started to live that out. I don't think it was so much invincibility. I think it was so much as that this is who I am. I'm becoming this, and because I'm walking this way, this is just the life. He didn't take into account that
I have to think about
other people ain't gonna be affected by your change.
Exactly. And sometimes you'll project the energy that's so powerful. You think everybody feeling it.
Right. And everybody not like
nigga, especially people who are ostracized
and benefit from the other.
Right. Benefit from the other, and you just kick me out of this.
Right, because I ain't all the way on that. Right.
So yeah, I'm about to take you away from everybody.
Wow. That ain't what the snitch did. I don't think that was the sentiments of the snitch. I think that was the sentiments of the person who sent the snitch back.
But in that moment, he was ready and willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What?
You can't skip one to go to the other.
I'm not skipping. You're telling people I'm skipping.
Okay.
But I'm just walking with the conversation, and you're exposing me and saying I'm skipping. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dwayne.
I'm learning.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just doing it. My bad, Dwayne. Your comment came up.
That is not what I was saying.
I was saving your comment because it's great, but I'm going to bring it back. So because he didn't saw that his comment was first. And then you like,
there was no way for him to see it. There was no way
for him to come back in the comment. There
was no way. That's no way for him to see it.
So let me do that, But I like what
Pac said when his contract was always going to go back to his original style. He was just fulfilling his contract. Yes, he made too much money for them to just let him go. That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Well, you got to understand that it's not the music business. It's the intellectual property business.
No, I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. So yes, Pac was worth more dead than independent.
Man.
He's worth more dead than independent. We thank the creator that Afeni was able to benefit from Pac's work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people give Suge enough credit for that in Death Row because they had a lot to do.
Yeah, they did, because they strong-armed him and was causing him. He didn't want to be a part of that energy and part of that. Yeah. Don't give Suge nothing. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That's emotional.
I won't give him nothing. I won't say R. Kelly ever made a nice song either.
Really? This is not, you cannot be comparing apples to oranges. Don't do that.
Okay, y'all.
Tupac ain't done nothing like that. Tupac ain't done nothing like that. Why you gonna do that? That is so not fair. But go ahead. Go ahead.
See, that's the thing, right? Right? That's the thing. You know, that's the thing. Everything that should be, it wasn't pure evil. It wasn't pure evil.
And
there were people who had business leverage that could have made sure that a Afeni Shakur didn't benefit anything from Tupac's music.
I don't agree.
All right. Well, I know I've heard it from the inside. So it is what it is.
Well, if you on the inside, I'm on the inside too.
Not really.
Okay, that's on because you ain't put me on the inside. Get my karate on you.
Now before you were still making me go to church at that time. So you wasn't on the inside. You're still making me go to church and
making you?
Yeah. I was doing anything to get in. I was trying to get in where I fit in. She wasn't on the inside at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Yeah. You know, they said that dude wasn't the type of dude to slap, even if he was snitching.
No,
he was still a shooter.
right.
His celebrity made him feel invincible, in my opinion. I say, and that's
you're talking about Nip.
Right. And I feel that, you know what I'm saying? I feel that, you know, and so it just like we was just saying, no, it really correlates with my whole point, you know what I'm saying, is he's trying to bring a new energy to the situation, and you underestimate the energy of the other mentality. You know what I'm saying? Of the other mentality. That hate was still there.
No, it was there. Everybody.
I had to realize in our movement, even while we were spreading all this black love, black self-hate was still there.
And that's something we had to combat against. That's definitely, that's a viable.
And that shit was so strong, we had to separate from it.
No, it's true.
We had to create distance.
Yes, we did.
You know what I'm saying? And deal with our own black self-hate. You know, even, you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't no thing for me where I'm propping myself up like I'm there and y'all not.
Right.
No. I got to deal with my own. So if I'm surrounded by a bunch of motherfuckers that still dealing with theirs, shit, we in trouble. We in trouble.
Trauma bonding.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I like she say Pac was very impressionable. And
you actually put that down?
What? Pac was very impressionable.
Who told you?
Study the story. Watch your mama.
You and Deasia need to go somewhere.
Pac had wings and a halo.
They're bad. Pac did no wrong, but he was he was a Gemini, number one.
Which we are impressionable.
Y'all are not.
Yes, we are.
And that's the lie you like to portray. Because you are not. Well, wait a minute. No,
I just told you earlier. I started drinking old English 800.
I got it. No, I feel I'm putting it all together. Right when I said that.
Of old because it ended up,
you're right. You're right. I put it together. You're right.
Kyle Scott. I hope you can see this video. Kyle, Waylon, everybody, James Colson. Y'all came pick me up from my house.
Gun holster.
I have no friends in this world.
You have all the best of friends. Because I am your friend.
Y'all bring up the wrong shit. Gun holster. Y'all picked up gun holster. Okay. This shy nerd from school. We went to the Aragon Ballroom and I got my first 40. Old English 800, and I felt like I was a member of NWA.
Right. No, that
when
makes
we walked
sense.
in the ballroom that night, it was perfect. Because we walked in, Cube had left NWA. They was playing a nigga you love that. Fuck you, Ice Cube. Ooh. Yeah, come on, huh? It's the nigga you love that. And I had drank my 40. I'm like, ugh. It was on.
You were influenced.
I was influenced, man. I'm telling you. I ain't gonna even lie. Yeah. I was impressionable.
I feel you. No, okay. Yeah. I get Geminis or impressionable.
We are impressionable.
Yes, y'all are. Because y'all two sides.
Yeah.
He's both.
Dr. AJ Stovall turned me pro.
Yep.
Ricky Clark made me like black people in the ghetto.
It said one of it said.
Ricky Clark made me commit to the hood. I was impressionable. I have
70s black exploitations made him enjoy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it. That's not right.
Coffee. I ain't gonna, okay. I have an affinity
your reason
to pimping
for
on film.
Thank you. I'm
not a pimp.
70s made him, yes. The 70s made him tap into his true side
of players. I do. I can't help it. I come from a long line of players, but I use my powers for good. You know what I'm saying? Huh? What, baby? Look, baby, you succumbed to the ism. You did. I knew I had you when I was taking all them cheering from the hood across the country. And I said, I need somebody to put their name on this van. He said, of course I will. And we went over to that enterprise, and they said, you're gonna use my credit
card,
everything.
driver's license, everything.
Came outside, told you, we're going to Atlanta, baby. We're going to DC. It's covered. Because I ain't had no license.
Yeah, nothing.
I had nothing. Suspended license. All that. You put your and you didn't even go.
I sure didn't. Didn't want it. Had no desire.
You put your name on a cross country trip with a man from the hood.
With a bunch of cheering from
you. Crips, Blood, Bullerhouse, Berry Hill, Eastwood, Southwest Side. I had a whole mixed out of gumbo.
And I have a tie to all of those places. And that's why I say I had no desire to go.
But I put it out, I say, you know what I'm saying? And what we done, he said, of course. And you did that.
I did.
You did that.
You give, I mean, you know, you're a great man of your words.
Yeah, I use my powers for good.
I appreciate you, dude.
But yeah. Say Pop's in his 20s, all these wild behind years, the peer pressure.
It did. I mean, you're right. He's in his 20s.
At what, 25? He was a young man.
Oh. Okay. Every time. I'm sorry.
He was a young genius. And had he been allowed to grow and mature, you know what I'm saying?
How great
but Pop
the influence
is a prime example of how what special ed calls the era of destruction.
And you know, and that brings the thing. It brings that's the conflict with a lot of our many of our artists that come out and they want to be the Kendrick Lamars and the different people who want to come out and talk about the ploy of our people and the destruction.
I'm gonna tell you what happens to them.
And it's like they do. Well,
I'm gonna tell you what happens.
I'm already telling you what's happening.
Okay,
what the same thing happened with Tupac, but you say you got it. Go ahead, Mr.
Now Pop got killed because I'm gonna tell you.
Before Pop got killed, Pop got pulled in.
He did.
So that's what I'm saying. That happened first. So go ahead.
Because I'm gonna tell you what happened to conscious rappers. Their audience turns white. They grab us, but they don't keep us. If Dead Prayers do a show, they're gonna have white folks there.
Yeah, they would.
I remember everybody got mad at Dead Prayers because old boy took a picture with a white man one time. And all the RBGs, I guess RBG, I guess ain't RBG. But what they don't realize when you go to a Dead Prayers show in a major place, you go to a Immortal Technique show, Public Enemy show, Public Enemy got white rock fans.
And we are not there. We're not in the Texas.
We're not there. They grab us for a moment, and then the industry did a great job.
Distracting us.
I'm not gonna put it all on the industry.
Distracting us.
We choose to go do something else.
We have bills, if you lack of income, lack of health care, lack of a whole bunch of shit that keep us distracted from all that. But yes, sir. Sorry.
I don't think that's what keeps us distracted.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not, because that's the only music that addresses that. The gangster shit addresses a fantasy of being rich.
Right.
It addresses it feeds your fantasy fetish. It don't feed your reality.
Right.
It feeds your fantasy fetish. You know what I'm saying? That's why people come home from their job at Walmart and get their check, 2 20s and all ones, and put it in the middle like that, and put a stack to it. I've been out here getting this money because you're feeding your fantasy fetish. You know what I'm saying? It
goes right along with what Dwayne Ross was saying. Pop's good talent was just exploited.
Yeah.
Suge, as a record label exec, was just doing his job, find talent and get a substantial.
Well, that's how the business is set up. That's how the business is set up. That's what the music business is.
But that's why I think, and that's why my conspiracy theory mind is going to always be up, because the fact that Tupac was trying to work so hard to get that double album, he did the double album, which was the greatest.
All Eyes on Me.
Yes, All Eyes on Me. In order to fulfill his contract with Suge to get up out of there, he needed to do so many songs so he could move on. He was trying to go to another, and then bam, he's gone because of some that was just so hard.
They just arrested the guy.
I heard that.
Yeah, they just arrested a guy
on the anniversary month. But
really, the only evidence is he's been bragging about it on the internet. He got some YouTube clout. Vlad and others brought him on.
That's why you don't trust him. Jewish and white folks.
I don't know if he thought, what's that shit they say, double jeopardy? He was never charged with it before, but they just charged him. But you gotta ask, I be asking. Now that's a whole other lie.
Right.
Ask yourself why arrest Tupac's killer now?
Right.
Like
what's behind
50th anniversary of hip hop and all that. All of a sudden, Tupac's killer
make us feel inclusive.
Right.
No, it's trying to lull us to sleep. Make us feel like, oh yes, we've arrived. They got Tupac's killer. God dang it, we've done some greatness. And all that I'm not going to even know what's going to happen because is the distraction. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's a grassy nose. So is a dead cat online somewhere, baby?
Absolutely a dead cat online. They've been knowing who the murderer with Tupac was.
I'm telling you something. When black people love somebody, it cannot be a regular murder. It can't. Satan,
documentary, where are you?
Satan himself conspired to kill Tupac.
Yes, he did. Against God's nature. Against God and the principles of God. And these are
it can't just be a group of Negroes that got mad over that fight and followed them and killed them. It had to be a bigger, because you think it was a bigger conspiracy than that?
Than that?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay. Because you're talking like this went to the highest reach.
I really do.
And I'm not clowning, I'm asking.
No, I really do think it reached government level. I believe that if the keys, people, when we're in survival mode, this ain't got nothing to do black, white, it's people who are poor, working class, people who are in survival mode. We are very susceptible to little ploys, little baits, little things that are thrown at us. So I think that's what happened. I think that we all out here trying to get it, trying to survive, trying to beat police brutality and the police terrorism and all that different shit, and try to crack at it. Crack epidemic, all that.
On top of all that.
All that. Mm-hmm. So we'll take whatever. So I think that it was just a part of it. And I think that the U.S. government, we all know that people are like to be glossed over the fact that Roosevelt, it's not Roosevelt, what's his name? J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
J. Edgar Hoover.
All the same shit. Yeah.
Developed a whole department COINTELPRO in order to to take out black people and to disvalue what they say, what they're talking about, and
Tupac was a Shakur,
and he was a part of that. So I don't take it lightly. I'm not gonna ever say that it was random. He kicked this dude's ass in Las Vegas with the dice game. But I'm not gonna ever just label it. It's just that. I'm gonna always go further because I know it's always more than that.
Okay, and the stage was definitely set. The environment was
absolutely
set. And with him being impressionable.
And with him, and thank you.
He made some.
He made it a little easier. Absolutely.
He had
I'm not discounting.
He had people in his ear telling him, including his mother, telling them, "Hey, find balance.
That's right.
Don't go all the way over there.
That's right.
That's not you."
He had the Bible that we've worked with before. He was in his ear. Calm down. Let's bring it.
On a panel
I mean, he went before Dr. Khalid Muhammad and his group and told him up and shut them down.
Did a great job with that. Because that's how we were feeling.
Yes.
Those of us who were engaged in the movement on the street level, like when that clip where Pop was talking to those black leaders in the 90s and he cussed them out.
That's powerful.
Yeah, that's how we felt as street scholars at that time.
Right.
He was representing street scholars at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I identified with Pop in a lot of ways because I was a young street scholar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That rapped and wanted to use hip hop to uplift the community and all that type of shit. So I identify with him, and I wasn't public enemy conscious. You know what I'm saying? I was street conscious.
Right.
And it's a difference.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, like, the age of, do y'all think that people don't live in a conscious world? So for a moment it's captivating, but rather the environment snaps them back to reality and they start thinking that niggas just talking. I'm gonna tell you something, DeAsia, because I've been in this my whole adult life.
Okay.
My whole adult life, right? It depends on what we do. We Christianize consciousness. Like the way we look at Christianity, we think that people who represent Christianity, they're supposed to behave a certain way.
Right. They're above this.
Above reproach.
Right. They put them on a pedestal.
Right. We put them on a pedestal. And it sets us up for disappointment every time.
Every time, because
these people are just people.
That's all.
That's all. You're right. These people are people. And so when it comes to consciousness, we hear all this uplifting gospel, just like the gospel you heard in the church that had you hyped.
Yep.
This word gets you hyped. And then you find out, well, the conscious leader cheating on his wife. And you're like, oh, this is just like the church.
Just like the church.
You know what I'm saying? But what you're dealing with are people who are dealing with life.
That's right. Just like you. Come on, speak about it.
And they're speaking ideals, but not necessarily ideals. They have a discipline to live.
Right.
Or they live in the best to the best of their ability. Look, the average person, the average Muslim, the black Muslim that become a Muslim at the age of 28, gonna eat a pork chop, a sneak piece of bacon.
Come on,
as they're trying to get off of all of that.
And that's just the reality of it.
Right.
Should we judge and criticize? Hell no.
Right.
Should we encourage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Consciousness means for me to be aware.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it. That's all consciousness means, to be aware.
It means to be aware.
Now,
once you do, when you're aware, it's up to you.
Because they say when you know better, you do better. Yeah. That's what they say.
But some people don't.
That's what I'm just saying. That's what
a lot of us know better and don't have the will or the skill to do better.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. You don't have those tools.
Yeah. You can know better all day long.
Right.
If you don't have the skill or the will to do better, you don't think a drug addict don't know that it's messed up to be a drug addict?
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
You done talk to some.
Yeah.
I done talk to some.
Yeah.
They know, but they don't have the will to do better.
Man, it was so heartbreaking. I'm not gonna go in further. That's another question. That's another dialogue.
Dwayne Ross say pork rind.
Wait a minute.
Was that yours, Dwayne?
No, I would say that. I missed the last.
Baby, it's not a skip thing. You just go back up.
Well,
okay. There's no rule that says if I do the comment at the bottom.
I do the rule of order. Okay, put DeAsia back up.
Anyway, Dwayne Ross was pork skins. What was your last pork to go? He said he was pepperoni.
Mine was pork chops. I used to do the
real pork chop.
I would do the turkey chops. So that was my alternative.
Yeah.
Get off the pork chops. Because I'd grill them. I'd gone to the George Foreman grill. I went from frying them to grilling them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there was a place on Evans called Helen's Diner. And they did a grilled pork chop breakfast that'll make you slap your mama. That was my last pork to go.
Man,
that was my last pork.
I would have to say it was either
before that was bacon.
I definitely know it was the grill turkey chops, but before that was gonna probably be my good friend Sandra would make a bowl of chitlins for me every year.
I can never do chitlins.
I love me some chitlins.
I'm gonna eat me some bacon. I don't give a damn.
Girl, I be trying to act like I be like, oh, y'all have turkey bacon? They like, nah, man. I'm like, shit. I sure want. Yeah. I wanted them to go. Sometimes I be trying to ignore the question so that I can go and get it and be like, oh, this ain't turkey.
I Christianize pork eating in the sense that, I embraced Islam. You don't eat of the hoof or the animal with the split hoof or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And with hypertension with black people, but yeah, grilled pork chops is my last thing. It was my last thing. Look, Dwayne feeling, he said it definitely reached government level, especially when they were trying to form a death row on the East Coast and then form all that. So you think that death row was a threat that the government perceived them as
Oh
a
yeah,
threat?
because they were taking ownership. Because they were taking ownership of their business. They were running their business how they wanted to, with the culture that they ran it within the neighborhood. Rather, if we thought it was effed up or not, it was they took control of that business, and they were taking. They were bringing.
So we can't have it both ways.
Had no wait. They had the wealth of gaining. They were independent enough to bring in their dollars from their music, and they were the fact that he was able to go get Tupac out of jail. Tupac was in jail because he didn't have a bond, right? Was that right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
Suge was able to go get the money.
Suge able? How was Suge able?
Okay, well, wait a minute. See, now you're bringing more things into the play. You asked me one, and then you come with another. See, that's what I'm talking about. Go on with your point, then. See, that's what I'm talking about. I ain't got nothing to say, DH. His ass is trying to set me up for Go ahead.
Setting you up.
Set me up for a cause. Go ahead.
I'm not setting you up. All I'm saying is,
no.
Interscope and Jimmy Iovine, the industry got Pac out of prison.
The industry?
Death Row was never 100% black owned. Death Row is actually owned by Interscope Records.
I had no idea.
Rap-A-Lot's black owned. Right?
But what?
What? Shout out to Jay Prince.
Nothing.
Rap-A-Lot's black owned.
Shout out to Jay Prince.
They own their masters. Def Jam was never truly owned by Russell Simmons. Yeah, Sony owned Def Jam.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Right. But I thought Death Row was solely black owned.
No. Death Row is run by Interscope Records.
Wow.
And Suge don't make that move without Interscope's permission.
All right, then you really set
so I'm just putting that in there, right? Right. So I'm just putting that in there. So the industry got him out.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was industry.
Well, why do you say? Well, the industry wasn't trying to get him out, but prior to that, why was the industry not working to get him out prior to that?
Because prior to that, he was getting a little bit too political. He did Strictly for My Niggas and all that.
They had to make him look like
they got him on a misogyny. They got him on a sodomy charge, that like almost a rape charge. You know what I'm saying? And put him in.
Even though he had nothing to do.
Oh, I know.
Let's just make that clear. Goddamn it! He was in the next room. She put a. Truth be told, his homeboy set homegirl up to make it look like it was something in the first place.
Definitely set up.
Thank you.
He was definitely set up.
I'm just making sure.
He was definitely set up. And people we can't downplay what family he from.
That's right.
You know, Matulu, his stepfather.
That's right.
That's a legit political prisoner.
That's right.
His mama, Afeni.
Auntie.
His auntie, Asada.
Right.
In Cuba.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Wanted.
Oh, okay.
Got a cricket. So then, Fanny, Pamper 21.
Right.
His mama took on the state of New York and won.
Right.
Yeah,
that's real talk. That's real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
And when you look at his music prior to Death Row, it was more conscious.
And you know,
he did a song about dedicated to George and Jonathan Jackson. All I wanted to be. Tupacalypse Now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he goes to prison. He comes out, Death Row, and it's more of the East Coast, West Coast beef shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different type of message. They lean him towards another vibe that kind of fed what the industry was into.
Right.
You know, because that East Coast, West Coast so-called beef made a lot of white folks a lot of money.
Right. That's true. Any kind of beef between black folks is making white folks money.
They monetize black. I wonder, you took off the Asians chat, but
I'm still getting better at the production part.
That's cool, and I'm glad that you're embracing it.
I'm trying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're embracing it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing, and you trying to find another video. No. No. Again. You know what? We done put in a lot of time tonight. Too.
What time is it? Oh, it's 2 minutes.
We put in 2 hours.
But we're not getting no cut off yet, though. I got to cut it off with you, though. I'll be right back. I need to rest from y'all. I'm on 47. Just
All right, so I'm gonna remind y'all that I will be live tomorrow. If I can get off live tonight, I will be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. to go deeper into how I feel about Special Ed's comments about this being the era of destruction in hip hop and about NWA launching it. So I have two issues that I want to deal with it. Number one, that NWA launched an era of destruction in hip hop, right? And then I want to talk about, is this the era of destruction in hip hop? If so, did it start in 1988 and has it been continuous? Has it been hills and valleys, right? Has from the time from 1988 to now, 35 years, have we been in the era of destruction in hip hop? You know what I'm saying? And so I want to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? And if so, what really brought it about? You know, was it a bunch of kids rapping about gangsterism and girls and misogyny, right? Or was it something deeper? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, baby. You got it. You know. Go ahead.
Anything that got to do with Tupac, I just want to put it up.
We're going to talk about it. What I'm saying. Right. Tupac was a threat. There was an interview where he said it was the label perpetuating the beef between him and Biggie. Right? And
I believe that. I always thought that. And it was between
So did he become aware of that before or after
Puffy.
Hit 'em Up?
It was between Suge and Puffy.
So did he become aware of that before or after Hit 'em Up?
I'm not going to answer
that question. One of the most insulting diss songs ever made.
I'm not going to answer that question.
I plead the fifth. But I F your wife.
Hey. Oh, this is my plead the fifth.
See.
One of the hardest lines ever in hip hop. I plead the fifth. Okay, next.
Looking petrified at what? Snoop was scared during that whole era, though.
Snoop was scared the whole time.
You can tell when Snoop was.
He
barely beat that murder case. He was so ready to get off that road.
He was.
Even in America's Most Wanted video, he was
just like stiff.
You know, and that was a jam, though. That was an iconic song.
You could definitely tell that he was under the radar. Yeah. And so that was sad. I hate that for him. But I think that Snoop wasn't. It's not a thing like Snoop sold out or something. It was like Snoop was surviving. Snoop was trying to live, and Snoop was just caught up in something that he wasn't ready to be a part of.
There's a couple of things going on right there.
What's going on?
But prior to Pac, Snoop was the top dog at Death Row.
Right before Pac comes on.
Yeah. It's a feeling that you get when you go from being the priority artist to not being a priority artist.
Feel like you're dispensable.
You're dispensable, and it's an insecurity because now this guy is getting all the attention. This guy's getting all the press. You know what I'm saying? And you feel like an afterthought. And with the way Death Row was, when your ass an afterthought, that shit could be dangerous. You ain't even listening to me.
I am.
You ain't finna make me look like a damn ass reading comments and talking. Let me keep quiet.
Because they outside. I didn't realize it was outside. He's talking about what kind of wine y'all drinking. That y'all funny. She's talking about Wild Irish Rose. She's talking about I didn't drink Wild Irish Rose ever, but one time. I don't know what that tastes. One time, and that was gross. I didn't do that. Deja, stop playing. She's talking about he's talking about that. I just like the commentary. Need to worry about that West Coast.
You didn't have to put that up there. Shout out to Sparkle.
Yes, I did, Deja. I got you, sis.
I saw a cool clip earlier where Corrupt and Dash. Yeah, because he people. Everybody people. Shit. Why not? You know, I can't redeem the curl.
He's blaming someone other than the East Coast for the starting of the demise of the hip hop. He's trying to say we ain't got no part of it. That's what he's trying to say. Take his hands off.
No, I feel like I had that feeling, like that agenda, because it's the 50th year anniversary.
Right.
There's been a lot of debate going on about hip hop and New York being the home and all that. And so what you're not gonna do, New York, is scapegoat other regions when it comes to the destruction of hip hop culture. right? Because some people might say the destruction of hip hop culture is when y'all sold it to Jewish people. Some people might say that. Some people might say when y'all sold it uptown, that was the beginning of the end.
Well,
so some people might say that. You know what I'm saying? So but anyway, but we ain't gonna go there. We're gonna go there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what I was trying to say, babe.
I don't know either.
I was just gonna shout out Special Ed.
Special Ed.
Because him, Daz, Corrupt, the Dog Pound, they got on a phone call. Because the Dog Pound called them up. They got on a phone call to discuss what he said.
Oh, okay, discuss what he said. All
Thank
right,
you.
call him on it.
And they talked about organizing. They didn't agree with him. They agreed with something. He explained himself, what he meant, all that. They were all respectful to each other. And they say, man, let's hold some panels and really have this discussion about the impact that gangster rap had on hip hop. What led to all of this. So something great can come out of this, because who better to hear from than the people, the artists who lived it.
But look at Dwayne Ross said, he made a good point. He said, yeah, Bob Griff said that NWA was brought in to neutralize groups like Public Enemy. But you know that, though. You know, what you guys say, do you know that?
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you say brought in.
Yeah, ushering in, giving more light. Oh, this is your answer.
You can say brought in to neutralize, or you can say they brought in. It's kind of like when white folks went down to the plantation and realized Muddy Waters could sing, and that black folks was into the blues. When white folks realized that black folks were spending money on the blues, all of a sudden they brought the blues out. Black Christians hated that. Black Christians was like, this is underground music. This is where we keep it. We need to keep it because this is our other side. Right. NWA was our other side.
Right. And I'm down
when
with
they found
that.
like there was a market for it, they brought it out. Now that market fed an agenda that already existed, that was an added bonus.
Right.
But I don't think it was the prime. I think the primary motive was money. Jerry Heller had been in the music business, but he was on that kind of on the outskirts. He wasn't one of the major guys. He found a niche market and said, boom, I found me some Negroes that's doing shit that other Negroes ain't doing. I'm going to make me some money, and I'm going to exploit the hell out of these kids that just want to get out the ghetto.
I agree.
Other people looked at it and said politically, wait a minute, that might not be so bad.
Let's just put it out on the line. Black folks, melanated people are always the ones that are after on the principal circuit. We're always the ones that say, no, but that's not right. This is what we do. And it's like we get taken advantage of because we believe in the righteousness and we believe in the principles of it. And it's like, I think that I'm saying this to say that we need to hold fast and we need to stand firm in our square, because
we get taken advantage of because we trust white people.
Oh my gosh.
No, for real. We get advantage because when a white man in a suit come to you and he can give you $300,000 bonus, that's how we get taken advantage of.
We got more swag. That's why NWA.
This was that wasn't wrong. We also hating those Yankees talk that.
We got the swag.
But when NWA did it from theirs and gained popularity,
that's positive proof that South versus North.
That impacted the career of people like Special Ed.
B-boy.
I mean, hell, look, MC Hammer went gangster.
Thank you.
Bumps in the bump. All of a sudden,
we got girls with the bumps in the bump.
He's hard. We trying to be hard with it.
Right.
He was mean, but
Oakland ain't seen it that hard in a long time.
He went from let's get it started, then he went to oh, and also pumped in the bump.
Yeah, I like that. And I hated that. Him in a Speedo. Who wants to see that? That's gross.
Look, y'all, it's the music business. Business is about copycat.
That was
you see
so
something
gross.
that's
That was a
working,
gross era,
and you do it.
That was gross. That was a gross time. Nobody wanted to see MC Hammer in the Speedo.
Well, somebody want. Well, you know what? Probably not, because he didn't. He was never the same MC Hammer after that.
Thank
that was
you.
kind of like the decline.
That was the decline
of the Hammer wave. You know what I'm saying?
He should have stuck with the.
But no, he couldn't, because that white man called and said,
"You got to be this,
keep the Hammer pants in a closet. No more baggy pants. No more flashy James Brown-esque shows. We need to get more street."
And that's what. And you brought up a good point. You said James Brown. I think that we were able to take more control of our careers, even no matter how hard the obstacle may have been or the journey. We took more control. We fought to keep. I think we did.
When?
Oh my God.
In the music
With
business?
James Brown, with even with Ray Charles, and with you had the Little Richard.
They were exceptions
and Little
to the
Richard.
rule.
Okay, but
They were
you had them
exceptions to the
though.
rule.
I'm just saying we
Yeah.
had them.
You had a Motown.
Mm-hmm.
Later, you had a Stax Records.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the black labels just took the same business model from the white label.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of, like the Funk Brothers that did all the music on the Motown hits, they weren't getting paid. A lot of artists like the Temptations, you know why they touring while they 80? They don't get no royalties.
They don't get no royalties.
They got a tour just to eat.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So they took that same business model. The public enemy fight the power, NWA, F the police, what's the difference besides aggression? I like that. Yankees were on that God body is, and everything was subliminal. NWA was straightforward.
Right.
Yeah. And NWA
That's the difference.
In the NWA delivered in a way where you can get it without going to study.
That's the difference.
You can understand it without going to study.
You can identify with the energy, the aggression, the words, rather than the historical knowledge of it.
Right. And people don't want to hear the negative aspect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't want your story.
Well, it's kind of like, do you hide what's going on in the family, or do you put it out there?
Well, that we know all that. We all know that time was a hiding, sweep it under the rug,
right.
kind of thing. So don't put it out there.
Right, and it's hard to hide shit, especially when the family done broke down, and now the whole hood is an open sore.
Right.
I'll let you go to bed.
Oh,
yeah, the whole hood, everybody call that. The whole hood is an open sore. So how do you come out? Like I say, how do you come out, put on shiny clothes, and rap about love and dancing and having fun when the neighborhood is literally being destroyed?
Right.
How do you do that? How do you rap about the solutions? Well, you don't know what the solution. You just know it is what it is.
Right.
So
you can if you study history, you can know the solutions.
But how many of us are studying the history? Once Cube started studying it for real and left NWA, what did he do? He came back with knowledge.
Right.
And he was the main writer.
Right.
Just to spark the gangster rap movement in NWA was Cube.
Right.
You let a Jew break up my crew. Like, there's so much you can talk about. Y'all, this has been a journey with black folks, period. We're on a journey.
Yeah, we are.
A heck of a journey. But yeah, man, it's a heck of a journey. Our stories, they got to be told. You know what I'm saying? And so
thank you to all who is hanging out with us.
I say.
And taking the time to be with us, interact with us, give us your thoughts and your opinions. The agents say being straightforward is the problem. Even in R&B, it's not the same because people come right out and say things. So people say it's dead. They want the NWA to be modest. How cute. Well,
it's something to be said about artistic license and being subliminal. There was a time when we believed as a community that if you're going to talk about sex, do it in a way to where children might think it's about something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You shoot the subliminals out there.
And that makes sense, because not everybody is equipped to handle that.
But in the internet age, you can be as subliminal as you want to. There's so many resources to get it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think there's some credence to say it before, because somebody else is, but we need to be saying, I don't think we're teaching it in a healthy way. So I don't think they're getting healthy lessons about sex through the straightforwardness. So you can be straightforward, but if your straightforward message ain't healthy, then you're in trouble. Right? I mean, that's how I feel.
I think,
I can say how I feel. And I feel like life ain't nothing but bitches.
I think we were extreme over here with the subliminal. We was extreme over here with the put in your face. We need to just find the middle. We need to find that middle where we explain what it's about, so you can you can have that knowledge. You can be so letting you know about it, but then you decide where you're going to go from here and there, and that's on you.
Right. Right.
We're teaching you, we're equipping you with all that you need in order to make a well-informed decision.
Right. But and again, and a lot of us, especially nowadays, give opinions that we're ill-equipped to give.
That's true.
But you still have a right to give it.
Mm-hmm.
But we all need to recognize that everybody's still learning.
Right.
And you can be wrong. Once you learn different, then you'll say different. You know what I'm saying? But we attach our opinions to our identity. Right. And I don't think people should do that.
No, you're right. It doesn't. We shouldn't. We shouldn't, because just because I have an opinion of something and somebody has a different opinion does not make something wrong with me, or does not make me better than, or makes us different in a way that we don't belong in a certain level of society.
Mm-hmm.
That just means we think differently.
Right.
And that's a good discussion to have. Let's open it up for discussion so we can figure out why and how, and we can come to a middle ground.
Right.
I definitely agree.
Like
you're not my ops.
Right. No, you know what I'm saying? And I'm my ops.
Right.
The main ops I have is me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I conquer me,
mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's so true. People go to war over their opinion and be so loud and wrong.
Right.
Because we attach so much. And a lot of that to me comes from not having a whole lot else to cling to.
Right. We don't have a lot of knowledge.
That's why we focus on education.
As well.
That's why we feel like our students are with so much self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That it ain't rooted in one opinion.
That's right.
So you can't destroy my self-confidence by saying what I just said was stupid.
Right.
So my comeback to you ain't gonna be so aggressive because I don't really feel attacked.
I'm glad there's amusement for you. Bothers the heck out of me.
You're so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, in this day and age, the age, you know what I'm saying, where everyone has an opinion and a platform to express it, that can be a positive thing. But at the same time, when we ill prepared for it, you know,
right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't wrong. Yeah, I said.
You have completely embraced your role as the comment police.
I love it because I need the flow of words. I like the conversation to be fluid. Yeah, Dwayne Rock said when I listen to artists, I want to break down the cryptic messages. And yeah, most people around me was not with that. So just get to it.
Yeah, some folks just listen for the beat.
Right.
Some folks just catching a vibe.
Right.
Some folk even take what other folks call negativity as comedy.
Right.
You know. All right. But hey, y'all, we got to go. That's it. People start yawning right there on camera. That's a no in the world of podcasting.
Asia said that's a real appreciation of music because I like those aha moments. However, special ed should accept that everyone's artistic expression isn't going to be what he expects because it's theirs and not his. That is absolutely right. We have to accept each other's opinions.
No, we don't.
Thoughts. No, we
don't have to accept each other's opinions. But we can respect each other. We can respect that each other has an opinion.
Accept does not mean the thing. Except for me, accept doesn't mean that I agree. I accept. I bring that. I accept your stance on it.
Brother going to bed. Yes.
What?
The way, right?
I know, right. I accept your opinion. That doesn't mean that I agree. Doesn't mean that we're on one accord. None of that. I accept it. I'm bringing it in so I can think about it. I can assess it, and I'll break it down.
And I cannot accept it, but just leave you alone and not engage you on it.
Okay.
Right?
True.
I don't have to accept
your because it doesn't have to be a trigger on anybody's face. It's just an acceptance of that's what you think. And this is what I think, and we move on.
Yeah, I can respect maturity. That you have the right to have one.
That's maturity as a human being.
Right. But I don't have to, if somebody come to me and say life ain't number business and money today, I won't respect that opinion.
Right.
But I respect your right to have an opinion.
But you don't respect it because of your experience with life.
Right.
And a lot of our teenagers, again, like Tupac was, like DA just said in the 20s, he was very impressionable because he had to experience that type of life to know that.
Because first you didn't like Tupac being called impressionable.
I did.
You wasn't.
I worked around to it.
Good job, DA. Good job.
I worked around too.
I've never seen her admit that Pac had any type of character flaw. You know what I'm saying? But most of us are impressionable at that age.
Yes, we are.
And when money gets thrown in, money and celebrity and fame gets thrown into the mix, that's a different kind of test. That's one of them tests I don't like to speak on.
Not gonna lie, I be wanting to swing on people because of their opinions when they play on my test. You know what I'm saying? Meet us. Fuck around, find out. Boom, right there. We there. I'm with you, Deasia. I be trying. I mean, if it wasn't for Baba Amin, baby, woo! It's been many a squabs he done kept me from. It's many a squabs.
Most of them with me. Most with me. I be having to remind her. Baby, I just disagree with that opinion. I don't think you stupid. I don't think you rude. Oh, so I'm just a terrible person. No, that is not what I said.
I mean, so, you know, I'm gonna tell you. Look, people from a certain background, certain socioeconomic status, a certain physiological status, from an emotional status, we equate a lot of things to have to do with our self-worth, our confidence, who we are as people. So your opinions becomes, you think I'm this, you think I'm that. So we have to defend that. So when we come at you that way, it's only because we haven't grasped that understanding that it's not your opinion. It has nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've had to learn over the years. Right. And I didn't have that. So I did. I did.
Well, and when you got two people that feel that way, they are attacking each other when they attack each other's opinions.
Yes, they are.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, and yes, you do have to agree with the Aries. Everywhere you don't want the Aries, I feel so much pressure to
you don't want this one because we will argue
17
with
years.
17.
And our official wedding anniversary is November, and it'll be 15,
15, baby. Next
15
next year. Well, this year's
14.
Next
Okay,
year 15. I'm looking forward to the 15.
Yeah, so I done did 14 flat.
You got a bid. See how you see how his perspective on it? It's like it's a bid. 14 years flat, like it's fed time.
Day for day. With an Aries.
The perspective of the shit.
And we work together. So we don't, it ain't like we get up and she go to her job and I go to mine. We work together day for day.
That's some fucking work.
You feel me? So
baby, you can't. So when I walk around my nose stuck up in there, you can't bring me down, baby, because I know I is a god. Because I work with a particular black man every day, live with them every day, high side with them every day. We do a whole bunch of shit together. We take our afternoon walk to decompress together.
Yeah.
We go work in the morning. A lot of times we start it together. It's I don't know. So it's that's what it is.
I'm with an Aries. Y'all hard.
And my grandmother always said, "Man, you was arguing with a fucking stop sign."
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, red and white says stop, and I'm gonna say, "No, that's not what that means.
Mm-hmm.
It's only it gets." Yeah, I'm gonna make it work.
My safe word is okay, baby.
He does such a great
job. My safe words. When I was like, "Oh shit, okay, baby," that means, you know what? I want to just live. We're gonna revisit this, but let's table this right now because you ain't coming up out of it.
We've matured so much by his maturing.
We're arguing about who uses the most toilet paper, and it shouldn't get away.
That's an important thing, goddammit. You need to do what you need to do to make this work for both of us.
It's way too serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, no problem.
1, 2, 3, good. Cut it off. Shit. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Some of us white for efficiency. Some of us white for efficiency and comfort.
Well, that's not efficiency and comfort. I think that Never mind.
We're not going to debate on how to write that. Oh, he say, okay. But Gemini and Aries do it different. And it is what it is. All right.
That's why we're constantly spewing.
Look, we have zero. No one's watching us. We're just on here now.
Okay, y'all. See y'all.
Okay, we're on here now.
Well, let's list the last little quotes.
Why? They're gone.
I don't know, because it's for show when they rewatch it to see if their comments were shown.
I'm going to say this. Oh, which one? Downright, they got to agree with it. Oh, we did that already. Don't want that.
We did.
All right. Dwayne.
I know you did. I know
probably
you
still
did.
like that. He's still not talking to him.
Yes, we are still in South Carolina.
Yes.
For right now. This, as long as it makes sense. After that, let's go ahead and put on so. Hey, we're done. We're done.
All right, then, y'all. Hey, we love y'all.
Good, man.
It was fun. I had fun tonight, baby. But the club closed at 2.
And what time is it?
It's 2:10.
Oh,
all right,
shit.
the DJ,
and my phone is on 14%.
They done turned the lights on.
Yeah, they turned the T-shirt in my panties on.
They do play that at the end. This is our club.
T-shirt in
that means time to go home. Yeah.
Time to pick your partner. That's the hokey talk. Pick your partner. Those that
you thought you had a vibe with all night. Y'all start sneak looking at each other.
That's how you do. You roll into my.
Yeah.
If I pick you, I'm like, hey, I'm looking at you straight in your eye. I'm giving you eye contact. But if I don't pick you, I'm looking at somebody's shoe.
You know, my mentality, eye contact means you chose.
I know. So that's why you don't make contact.
Yeah, don't look at me. Eye contact means you chose. So
you're going to be bold enough and not have the audacity to come up and make it happen.
You chose me.
Girl, pull on the Oh, girl, don't play. Let's play. Hey.
I like how you think, the Asian. I like how you think.
It's time to go.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do late nights on Saturdays. Just hang out and talk about what's going on and have a good time.
Yes, we do.
This has been He Say, She Say. I'm Baba Amin.
I'm Mama Nkoyo.
I love this black woman.
And I love this black man.
Hey,
said Mufasa say, what's up, Mufasa?
What up, Mufasa? You don't know. Do your thing. Hey, y'all. What's that? Put it down. You made the social media, bro.
Okay.
Hey, that's what's up. I hate y'all. We out here.
Nkoyo Binah, not my man Nkoyo. See, I be saying what I tell them not to say. It's Nkoyo Binah.
It's reverence.
See y'all. See DA. What she say? AT, you are African.
Now.
You are African booty scratcher.
I know he got you. You say you eating without a fork
without a fork or a spoon. You eating with them. Take that fork
like that. Once you start sounding like that,
you done.
Take a fork and you using love.
Oh,
I'm out.